got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made too many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made so many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. It's TJ the Gamer, and that is my name, and I know that is one I can stand on. I do it all by myself, so like Glover can say that I'm hands-on. I got such a flow, close to Sima, I got what it stands on. People hear my music, and they can't help but just dance on. Don't be mad at me, chose a path to better my life. I'm all about my commitment, so I had to go get me a wife. That's right, gotta do what I do just to take care of my fam. I don't have time to waste, just the stuff for people on the gram. I'm much more than what you can see, if you don't have a lens of truth. I'm just grinding for my dream, so TJ stay up in the booth. And I cannot stop, I will not stop until a nigga hit the roof. I've been waiting all my time now it's time to bust a move. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made too many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made so many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life.
Yeah, BG always be lost in my own honesty. Left for dead in my head, dealt with loads of travesty. Grabbed the knife, had my light, just to cope with all the strife. It's an uncharted world, got a glimpse of the afterlife. Metal gears turning fears into lonely nights of tears. Hurt by peers, drowned with beers, tragedies not in my rear. Bioshock on the block, hearing tick tick on the clock. Opportunity is coming, well I never heard the knock. Losing hope, try to cope, staring down the super scope. At war with all the gods, so I even tried to pull tight ropes with gyroscopes, navigating to the light. From cartridges to clouds, video games, they save my life.
People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made too many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made so many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made too many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made so many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. It's TJ the Gamer, and that is my name, and I know that is one I can stand on. I do it all by myself, so like Glover can say that I'm hands-on. I got such a flow, close to Sima, I got what it stands on. People hear my music, and they can't help but just dance on. Don't be mad at me, chose a path to better my life. I'm all about my commitment, so I had to go get me a wife. That's right, gotta do what I do just to take care of my fam. I don't have time to waste, just the stuff for people on the gram. I'm much more than what you can see, if you don't have a lens of truth. I'm just grinding for my dream, so TJ stay up in the booth. And I cannot stop, I will not stop until a nigga hit the roof. I've been waiting all my time now it's time to bust a move. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made too many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life. I've made so many mistakes, and I'm trying to get it right. If they'll love me when I'm gone, I'll be too far out of sight. People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my life.
Yeah, BG always be lost in my own honesty. Left for dead in my head, dealt with loads of travesty. Grabbed the knife, had my light, just to cope with all the strife. It's an uncharted world, got a glimpse of the afterlife. Metal gears turning fears into lonely nights of tears. Hurt by peers, drowned with beers, tragedies not in my rear. Bioshock on the block, hearing tick tick on the clock. Opportunity is coming, well I never heard the knock. Losing hope, try to cope, staring down the super scope. At war with all the gods, so I even tried the pole. Tight ropes with gyroscopes, navigating to the light. From cartridges to clouds, video games, they saved my life.
People got a lot to say, but don't know nothing about my. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy TJ, and we are back with a brand new live stream. How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are doing good. Check on the audio. How's everybody doing out there? Cool. Yep, everything sounds good. Welcome, everybody, to another live stream. Today we are celebrating the release of MSM's own Mr. VG Mobster's new project, the VGLP. Give it up. Let's give it up to a homie.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my God. I know
Thank you.
To have the project finally be done. I know we've been working on it for about 8 or 9 months.
Long time.
We finally got this thing out, almost a year, pretty much. And today we're going to have a live listening party. We're going to listen to the track. We're going to talk about it. So if you have any questions for me or Mr. VG Mobster in the chat, feel free to drop your questions. We're going to be answering questions and talking about music and just overall just having a good time. We got some special guests in the building.
Yes,
we're gonna go with our remote guest, Mr. MC Mayhem, in the book, who is featured on We's on Fire. How you doing, my guy?
Chill. Have me, everybody.
What's going on, man?
We also got MSM's own, the hype god himself, Mr. 1,000 Star. What's goody, bro?
Yeah.
What's good?
Also, we have the MSM secret weapon. The new producer, the new writer, a little bit of everything, Mr. Katetsu Tokai.
What's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday.
That's it. And of course, we got the man of the hour, Mr. VG Mobster. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, everybody? It's the VG Mobster here. What's up?
Yeah. So right now, if you haven't heard it yet, and we're gonna listen to it tonight, but you should also go to your favorite music streaming platform, type in the name VG Mobster, and go check out that album and give us some more listens. We pretty much everywhere music is streamed: Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Pandora, iHeart, anywhere music is streamed. Just type in the name VG Mobster, and you'll be able to check out that album. So, Mr. VG Mobster, how does it feel now that how do you feel now that your project is released?
Yeah, man, I'm excited, and the initial hype and initial of asking people for reviews and opinions has been really good so far. So that's all I can ask for, man. I'm really hyped for it.
That's what's up, man. I'm very, very, very happy for you. This has been a long time coming, and we've been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to get this done. So I would say, job well done, and very much congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Also, shout out in the chat, Matthew Funtime. He's actually the guitar player on Streets of Rage. So shout out to Matt in there. He was awesome on it. So
nice. Welcome everybody in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me go ahead and holler at some people real quick.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we got Matthew Funtime in the building. Hey, we got the Blue Knight. I see we got the chat in the building. Okay, we got some people's coming in. If you're joining us now, welcome. I see a couple people just joined, so we appreciate you coming to watch us. We are just getting started, so we're gonna get right into this thing. All right, so the first track on this album is called War Chest, and it features 1,000 Star. VG, tell us a little bit about this track and how you came up with it.
Yeah, man, it's called War Chest. I pretty much was inspired by the DMX "Dark and Hell Is Hot" intro. This was produced by a producer called Don P. Shout out to Don P. He's so good. He's got a couple tracks on the album here. And the song it's just very eclectic, and it's very orchestrated, and just a big banger, big bopping beat in there. And pretty much I was I only need one person on this track because I need it to be as hype as possible. And there's no better hype man than 1,000 Star. So 1,000, thank you for doing your thing, man. Just tell the people what you're thinking about when you were in the hype section for it.
Yeah, how did you do your thing on this?
So, give me the idea. You were saying kind of based on the LL Cool J Cannabis Beef thing, kind of like Little Mac, quotes, hyping them up. So I'm like, okay, so I need to make and make it as thorough as possible without saying too much. And that was the hard part. 'Cause that beat was crazy. It was intimidating. So like, what can I say to not only introduce this album, but let people know this is just the beginning? And I just went up, I just flowed it mostly. And I was like, if it's bad, let me know. We can redo it. It's fine. And we went with that.
Cool beans. And with that being said, we're going to get right into it. Let's go ahead and move over to the listening screen over here. Boom, boom, bow. There we go.
Nice. Nice.
Let's get straight into it with War Chest featuring Thousand Star.
All right.
Oh, Action Jack has just joined the building.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, the music low, TJ, I think, on my end.
You said the music coming through low?
Yeah,
It's like a not crust.
Oh,
it's a little better.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, the music low, TJ, I think, on my end. Yeah, it's like a
Hold on. We having some technical difficulties here. Hold on just a moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why is it not sharing my audio properly. Let's see. Stop screen sharing.
Yeah, what's up, Action? See you come in, man. What's up?
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on, man.
Of course, man.
I'm looking forward to listening to the album again.
Well, thank you.
Here we go. There we go.
I already gone through like 30.
I got it.
That. Okay. There we go.
I'm gonna go on mute. Hear it.
It is an echo.
From my brother from another mother. BG! From Texture Mike. Arcane. Gun in the clip. I'm getting chills just thinking about this bar. BG, talk to him.
I swim barbarically, calamity, catastrophes in my vicinity. Y'all turn to casualties, prepare the war chest, battle ready with VG. Let's go. Back to the whack, weapons prime for enemies. I never flee, mentally make a bleed. Yield the master sword, slash the goblin horde. Stagger all the daggers, crazy dungeons and wards. Soul stay long in an edge, Leviathan axe. 12-foot monsters, blood springing like wine. Swing the blades of chaos, victory is mine. Breaking walls down with some hammers and blades. Limbs getting severed, beat batons and shades. Now let's start a raid. Bust the swords, rage the sharp. Once the battle's done, most be covered in tarps. Make it over here. Scorp spear, striking fear. Winning the rebellion, causing devils to tear. Competition against me, don't even try. Pandora's box, melting faces out the eyes. Envy sword equipped, victories monopolized. Now grab the pickaxe, man, y'all can't relax. Hidden blades down the sleeve, looking spilled R.I.P. Keep blazing to leave eternal architecture. See your rage getting unleashed in every sector. The war chest is open, BG's both collector.
And there you have it. War chest. BG. This man been ready since birth. They said he already had 16 bars ready for the doctor. I'm getting chills just thinking about what's coming up next. And this is the only intro. Master Sword Music. BG. What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I really enjoyed that track. I think that's a really, really super solid intro. Like it really comes through really good. And like 1000 really did his thing on there. Really brought the hype. For those of you who are joining us now, Action Jack, who's also featured on this on this album on Streets of Rage, is now joining us. So Action Jack, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Like I said, always feel like an honorary member of MSM. So I'm just happy to be invited.
Yeah, you definitely got a sword hanging back there somewhere. For sure. Action Jack is another amazing artist that we've worked with quite a lot. You'll be seeing him on a lot of our future projects. So definitely check out my man Action Jack. Yeah, man. Okay, so we're gonna keep this thing moving. Next up, we got Raccoon City. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this track, Mr. VG?
Yeah, Raccoon City. It's pretty much from Resident Evil. It's about I wanted to do something that was pretty much reflective of the game, but in a different kind of concept. So what I figured was, let me get a citizen's perspective during the zombie apocalypse in Raccoon City. Just to keep it up, and the beat was crazy. It was just chaotic. It was like anarchy and chaos, kind of like the old track Al Gore MCs did, Riot, back in the day. Reminded me of that one, Eric, that we did. Just real like crazy and chaotic and off the wall. And I was like, this is perfect for like the Resident Evil theme. So I wanted to bring it like that.
Cool. All right. This one, this one is just you. Oh, that is so weird. Listening to myself in the mic.
Song.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Supposed to have been a vibe, or it just kind of happened like that when you did your storytelling? Vibe. That you just the whole story of the game of it.
Yeah, like the beat just like drove it just painted like an image, because my favorite Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 2, and that's what the video is based off of. It's like a first person mod of Resident Evil 2. And I just remember in that scene, like, especially when Leon's trying to go to the police station in the beginning, it's just so chaotic. Him, like, all the cars on fire, and like, he's trying to like just get into the station. All the zombies are like trying to go through the fence and stuff. So the beat just kind of brought that whole story and all those cinematics in my head to make the vocals to it, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you did that 1000 stars. So anybody in the chat, if you have any questions you want to ask VG, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat and we'll answer them as soon as we can. So feel free to go ahead and drop those questions. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and rock out to this Raccoon City track. Oh, also another reminder, there is a music video available for this song. So if you go over to our YouTube channel, Master Sword Music, you can go watch the video that we put together for this. And VG did an amazing job with the editing in that video. So shout out to VG on that.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, I've never actually seen the first person mod for the Resident Evil 2 remake. And I was like, that would be cool to kind of cut between, because I don't think a lot of people have seen the game from that perspective, because they never like released that. So that was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. And we dropped on Halloween, which is, you guys hear it. It's pretty perfect for Halloween.
Yeah, that was like perfect timing, because when you said you were going to drop it, I automatically thought, okay, he's going into costume. He's going to have like the Halloween outfit on and everything. I thought it was going to go be full-fledged Halloween through and through, but it still came out good nonetheless, though.
Yeah. I tripped a hike because I played through Resident Evil 2, and I'm just like, I don't remember looking at the fence like that. I was like, maybe it was like something was done, or it was something I missed in the, I don't know, but you mentioned that there was a mod and you just used the first person mod to do that. I'm like, okay, that's
yeah, really that's what I'm saying. So even if you played the game, like, it was kind of like a fresh take on it. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it definitely gave you a different view of what it was. So that was really cool. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and rock out to Raccoon City.
All right.
Welcome to Raccoon City, shit ain't pretty. Apocalypse now, blood spilling, streets are gritty. So much blood sucking, roads flooding, cars crushing, walls busting, head cutting, spilled gut, infected organisms, corrupted petri dishes, altering organ systems, all the fled, splitting heads, charring bodies, blazing fire. Chaos and destruction overflowing on the wire. What the hell is happening? How did all of this transpire? The ruckus has begun. Body bags by the ton. Sanity surely shunned. Raccoon City may be done. Yo, the city's overrun. Out of ammo, out of guns. Hope is lost, there is none. Raccoon City's really done. Yo, the ruckus has begun. Body bags by the ton. Sanity surely shunned. Raccoon City may be done. Yo, the city's overrun. Out of ammo, out of guns. Hope is lost, there is none. Raccoon City's done. Zombie horde striking chords to the RC corners blocks. RCPD with RPGs, holds the sticks and milli clocks. Go to shock, people fly, guns are cock, fleeing docks. Brother Pores has the only keys to anarchy's vibe. Walking dead, dying bed. All this chaos got their heads, causing madness and despair. Some pumping heads with lead, logicals adjustments. Yeah, they're critically impaired. Out in chest bunkers, basements. Most are truly scared. A molecular formation that wipes out all population. The sensation, liberation, just surviving station, yet they resurrect fully after last dying breath. Methamphetamines and dopamine infecting head to spleens. Enter in nirvana with the spirits of the teens. Yo, the space between filled with some grotesque ooze. Chugging any bottle, I'm escaping with the booze. Tie your screws, what's together, yo, this virus will diffuse. The ruckus has begun, body bags by the ton. Sanity surely shunned. Raccoon City may be done. Yo, the city's overrun. Out of ammo, out of guns. Hope is lost, there is none. Raccoon City's really done. Yo, the ruckus has begun. Body bags by the ton. Sanity surely shunned. Raccoon City may be done. Yo, the city's overrun. Out of ammo, out of guns. Hope is lost, there is none. Raccoon City's done.
Yeah,
that was done.
I love the effects.
Yeah,
I love the atmosphere to it too, man. That's
exactly, amazing. And it's crazy because on my headphones, I hear the zombies on my left side, and I hear the shotgun cop, and it comes out on this side. I'm like, that's dope.
Oh yeah, that. All right, let's get caught up with the chat real quick. I missed a couple. Let me go back here. Pete Beckett, shout out to Pete Beckett in the building. Thank you for coming through. Hammer Fist Revolution, what up? What up? What up? We got LG in the building. What's good, bro? What's good, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I think I might be caught up now. All right. Oh, Zap in the building. Hey, baby. Wifey in the building. Wifey in the building. Whatever. How you doing, girl? I want to see you later. We have a date. All right. Anyway. So anybody want to share any thoughts on Raccoon City?
Oh man, I can definitely say just from the beginning, the first verse, it just already, it already sets the tone for the entire. Even if you don't know the story of Resident Evil 2, like the first verse kind of sets the tone of what's happening in Raccoon City, and then he just tells that entire story. And then the effects in the background, you hear the reporter talking about this is going on. So it's just it's a song that tells a good portion of what's going on, and people can just I can close my eyes and just like visualize what's going on. And the video just amplifies the storytelling already. So the song was already dope already, but then when you go back and watch the video, it's just like, okay, you just amplified this song already. That was already dope.
Thanks,
100%.
Anybody? So I know you went over last night of kind of how you approach this song in general. And this is kind of a question I like to ask any artist. How do you go about writing in that perspective, right? Because it's easy to say, okay, let me write from Leon's perspective. I mean, we all see what happens with a character that has a story written for them, but you approach from someone that doesn't exist per se. So how do you go about coming up with those lyrics for that character?
It was when I was doing it was weird because like in my head I just pictured like the intro of the game, and then I was like, okay, yeah, we're seeing it in the game, you're obviously in Leon's perspective, but like I was thinking, I'm like, what if like what Leon's seeing, like he's a policeman, so he's going to be a little more calm and collective than like somebody who has no idea what's going on. So I just kind of figured in my head, I'm like, okay, well, let me write from the person like who's seeing what Leon's seeing, but doesn't have a gun, you know, and like has like a kid that's like just trying to get them away from these like, you know, mutated humans, you know, they don't even know what they're called, you know, at that point. And then they like, I also like try to do like subtle references that like the person is only really kind of talking about what they're seeing or like what they're hearing on the news, you know, like that's all they know, you know what I mean? So that was like kind of how I wrote it. I was like, okay, how am I gonna, let me do it from the perspective of a person who like is really just kind of regurgitating what the media is saying and what she's seeing right in front of her. That really has no other idea, you know.
That sounds like everyday life right there. You know, you see what you see on social media and you go and you regurgitate it.
Exactly. So I was like, let me do it from that perspective. A person like a mom who doesn't have a gun, you know.
Right. That's what's up. Okay. I always wondered.
I really love that concept. Like I love the concept of this track and how you put that together. Like I love a good storytelling song. Like that's always, you always going to win me over if you tell a story in your music. Like that's a quick way to win me over.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I say for sure, real quick. I knew that when you told me what you were doing with Resident Evil, I already knew that you were gonna lock it in because what you've done in the past, you know, for past albums when you had that ability to tell story. So just with this one, it was just like, yeah, I already know you're gonna knock.
Yeah, dude. I went back in the LA noir pocket, you know, like I kind of like was thinking about like, you know, just telling the story and like pick a character and just like kind of act it out like I'm writing the script, you know, in hip hop form, pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, actually, you know what? We're gonna have a little fun. I want to do a little something. I want y'all to think about something, and we're gonna talk about it at the end of the stream. But what is your favorite VG song or VG feature?
I already got it locked in.
So think about it.
My God. I'm cheating on that one. I'm buying.
Actually,
I want everybody to think about it, and then when we get to the halfway point, that's when we're gonna talk about
it. This man.
Nice.
I think this is a very interesting question. I want to see where everybody goes, and I'm going to be kind of biased too because you know,
I am too.
But we're gonna do that.
Who is going to be biased? So like what?
But next up, we got Rev It Up featuring TJ the Gamer, whoever that guy is.
Rev It Up.
Tell us a little bit about this track, man. Matter of fact, I'm actually very interested to know how you came up with this track because, you know, in this process, I let my artists kind of do what they do. Like I said, if they want to bring a project, they just come to me and say, hey, I want to do a project. And then we start working from it for there. But I give them 100% control over what they do. So I actually have no idea how he came up with it. One day he just sent it to me and then that's how it began. So give me a little background on it.
Well, first of all, when I was picking the beats, I was like, okay, I hear this. This is really catchy and smooth. Let me get TJ on it right away. That was my first thing before I even came up with the concept. I was like, okay, this is a song I'm going to get TJ on for sure. And I according to everybody, I made the right choice. So that's cool. But in terms of the song, like it just had like a whole kind of like smooth, like I feel like the beat like glides, like it's very smooth and, but it drives forward. So just based on the feeling of it, like I was like, oh, this kind of invokes like driving to me, you know. And then I thought of all the great arcade racers I've played growing up, you know what I'm saying, like Daytona USA and Horizon Race Turbo and you know, like Outrunners, which is in the video too, you know, just like a hot, you know, like Need for Speed, which TJ obviously went in on for his verse and stuff, and like those type of games. And then I kind of linked it with like when I was in New Rochelle growing up, in the South Side, a lot of like I was friends with a lot of people who were in like car clubs. So they would be in like their Honda Civics with their decals, doing like little donuts in the parking lots and stuff like that. So just like that whole vibe just kind of, you know, mesh like all cars and driving and that whole like culture, you know, like car club driving culture with games kind of mixed together. And that's how I came up with it.
Oh man, that's dope. Yeah, that's actually when I heard the beat for the first time when you sent it to me, I was like, I kind of got that same feeling. And when I heard the title of the song and then I listened to your verse, I was like, I already know where I want to go with this. Because for those of you who don't know, I am a big Need for Speed fan. Like that's one of my favorite driving games to play, like period. So when I came up with my verse, I was like, all right, it would be cool if I can name drop as how many Need for Speed game titles can I drop in this verse in one verse?
There's a lot of them.
So I was, I got Need for Speed, Heat, and Rally, and since there's so many games, if you listen to it, you'll see like I'm name dropping every Need for Speed title. Like I think I got like a good 12 of them in there. So I really had a lot of fun with that, and I'm glad you picked me for that track because when I heard the beat, I was like, "This is totally a beat for me."
Yeah, I remember I showed Tetsu too, and I was like, "I want TJ on," and he's like, "Yep, that's good."
So, it's definitely my kind of track. So I was like, "Yeah." Everybody knows what I like to do, so they're like, "This is a TJ song. Let me get him on this one." So all right. With that being said, let's go ahead and listen to "Rev It Up" featuring TJ the Gamer.
Nice.
Unleash, we rev it up, and just beating the speed, we rev it up, pedals hitting the metal, we rev it up, Daytona, the corners, we rev it up, doing donuts and knots, we rev it up, motorsport in the corner, we rev it up, pedals hitting the metal, we rev it up, out running gas, gunning, turnouts chugging, steady hustling, challenge, shunning, big hunting, yeah, VG is truly cunning. Cruising till I'm bruising, gonna snatch up the crown. Fast and furious, my family's gonna be taking you down. Drifting off road, always on the horizon chase. Racing strips to the valley, still not gonna take place. Thinking you a hot shot, but you really wiped out. Laps and laps for days, but your treads burnt out, no doubt. Your high speed, I'm matching without turbo. Once I win, you'll have to wear a shirt that says you're a zero. I'm your hero, might as well have rockets in my league. Gonna be the diva speed, not for greed. Winners breed, come on. Burning out on the pavements, we rev it up. High wheels unleash, we rev it up. And just needing the speed, we rev it up. Pedals hitting the metal, we rev it up. Daytona, the corners, we rev it up. Doing donuts and lots, we rev it up. Motorsport in the corner, we rev it up.
Coming straight from the underground, got a need for speed and I spit heat. If you talking about the most wanted, then I guess you talk about me. I'm on a hot pursuit when I'm chasing bars. Swerve the corners up in my car. Got a high stakes with music and I know I'm not that far. My rivals, man, they can't handle me cause I'm a pro up in these streets. Turning nitrous up on this beat, my life is good and everything is sweet. I'm unleashed, you can't help but notice me. It's like a Chrysler 500 when a Phantom hit the streets. And I know they mad when I say that, guess you can call this my payback. I don't let that faze me, I just live my life and stay black. Race any challenger, I'm unbound on this track. TJ will never switch up, so just sit back and relax.
Burning out on the pavements, we rev it up. High wheels unleash, we rev it up. And just needing the speed, we rev it up. Pedals hitting the metal, we rev it up. Daytona, the corners, we rev it up. Doing donuts and lots, we rev it up. Motorsport in the corner, we rev it up. Pedals hitting the metal, we rev it up.
Nice.
Yep, love it.
Yes, sir. That's a banger. I love that. I absolutely love that song. I ain't even gonna lie.
Appreciate it.
That beat, it's that beat. Like whoever did that beat was
his name is Pastra is his name. He's really good, dude.
Yeah, that one's
That's
dope.
really
I really like that piano work on that one. Like I'm a sucker for a good piano. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, go ahead and send that to me. Go ahead. I'm gonna get that back to you in a couple of days. Give me a day.
Yeah. So that's because that one, and that was, I was talking to Jack about this yesterday. We were on the Winging It podcast, and I was talking about it, and I wanted to also bring it about because I think like for me as like an artist, or like probably a lot of artists, this is really hard to do. It's to find a song that's like has crossover appeal, but you don't want it to be like, you want it to be like a little more like broader in the audience and the like the tone and everything, but not make it sound corny. You know what I mean? Like that was like, to me, that was so hard. And then like I found this beat and I was like, oh, like I think it still sounds like nice and smooth and clean. And I think a lot of people get into it, but you could still go in on it and still make it like a cool concept and you know, still like go hard on it. So like to me, that was like finding this one was really important, because I was like, okay, this is the one that I can like push that a lot of people, even if you're not into games or hip hop or whatever, you can probably still vibe with this beat. Right. So that was like important for me to find that one, you know?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a radio joint. I can hit. I know what you mean there.
I can understand that too, where even as a producer, I'm calling myself a producer because I am now. Even like even from the production standpoint, yeah, like you wanna catch the audience, but at the same time, you wanna still keep it in the pocket of, okay, I don't want to be too pop, but I want it to reach other people, but then still have that stamp of, okay, you can still go like, you know, hip hop or you know, or any other genre within that, you know, within that beat. So I completely understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, Mayhem. What do you think, man? The Mayhem has been my longtime producer since pretty much high school. We've been doing music together, so I definitely want to hear your thoughts, man. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, it's funny.
I think you're breaking up a little bit, I think.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, your audio's chopping up a little bit.
All right.
It's okay. When you get back, we'll go back to Mayhem if he gets it back.
LG in the chat says, I like this one. Nicely done.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
LG.
Oh, Zap Crystal has a question.
Oh, nice.
Where did the inspiration for this album come from, musically and conceptually?
Ooh, okay. Musically, I mean, honestly, I gotta say, like, just doing all the features with Master Sword Music through. I mean, I don't even know, TJ. I lost count. What have I done? Like 20 or something like that?
It's actually like 27.
Oh my god, that's insane!
Like
I can't even remember. Like, I just it's just like just doing. But it was good. I actually needed that though, because I was so rusty that those really got me ready and hungry to, like, you know what, I think I'm ready to do like a full project. So I think like musically, like it was just kind of hearing, because like on TJ's albums, there's like so many different beats and tones and styles. And I was like, that's kind of what I want to go with this. Like I've done albums in the past that all kind of like have the same tone, and it's like, you know, very steady throughout, but I wanted to do like different tones and different styles. And I think that, you know, doing all those features on Master Sword, like, you know, open my ears to like, okay, you know, maybe I should do a track like this or like something like that. And then conceptually, just like thinking of, I wanted to do a video game theme, but I was so afraid that people would think that it was corny. You know, like, oh, well, this guy's doing like, you know, a parody. I didn't want it to sound like a parody track. I wanted it to sound like a hip hop track with like a video game, you know, subject pretty much. Right. So like that was like my goal, to just kind of like the people that really like the video games are going to get a lot like out of it. But even if you don't, like if you just vibe with the beats or even just like the lyrics in general, even if you don't get all the, you know, subliminal like references, you could still vibe with it. So that was like kind of my thing, like to make an album, because video games and music are like two of my most important things, but to make it like with a higher quality and, you know, with good execution. That's like, I guess for me, that's what I was trying to do.
Basically what you just described is the what is Master Sword Music. Basically that's what we're trying to do, is, you know, make music that's, you know, we do talk about games because we love video games, but we want it to be hot. We're going to give you quality music that you can really enjoy. Even if you're not a gamer, you can still get with it, But if you are a gamer, then you're going to get a lot more out of it. You're going to get that top layer, and you're also going to get that second layer. So
it's like those kids movies or cartoons that, like, when you get older, you realize more of the subtle references.
Yeah,
you actually appreciate them more, like, as you get older. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of like hidden under there, but like when you get older, like, oh yeah, okay. Or it's like, so here, if you actually played one of the games, oh man, I like really get it even more now. You know?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So have you taken this song in particular and played Need for Speed while listening to it?
I have not. I have not. I actually, my daughter Sadie, she loves Cruising USA, the one on Switch. So we actually played that, and obviously Mario Kart. She loves
Cruising Blast. Cruising
Blast. I love that game. Blast. It's like that game was like the arcades for me. So it's such a fun game. You know, like it's crazy but off the wall, but super fun. So, yeah, like those type of games. But then I always picture like those 4 to 6 player Daytona USA cabinets at like Dave and Buster's or the arcades back in the day. Like I just picture those like when I was writing the song, pretty much, because those are so cool back in the day, you know.
I was just looking at the list, and it's 23 features you've done.
Oh my lord! I didn't even realize that.
With the first one being our first official collaboration was actually on Taking It Back.
Yes, which Eric mixed. MC Mayhem mixed that one. Shout out to MC Mayhem.
That was actually 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the first feature you did with me was Arcade.
Still one of my favorites.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Which that took me. Yeah, that was on my, I think my third album. Yeah, that was on my third album. So yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it was good. No, but honestly, it was good because it just like got my chops up again, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, it was that song, working with you on that song is what made me want you to be a part of MSM. I remember that.
Man. It came out great. It came out really good.
I'm going to tell you a story. I've actually never told this story before, but it's actually very interesting about that Arcade song. When I originally did Arcade, I actually had it set up where Switchbit was going to be the feature on it. But at that time, he was on a break. He was taking a break from social media and stuff like that. So I needed another feature to fill in. And then that's when I thought about Taking It Back. And I was like, oh, that guy VG, he was pretty dope. I wonder if I can get him on it. So that's when I reached out to you and asked you to do the Arcade song. And then when he sent the verse back, and it was like super fire, and I was just like, yo, this joint is crazy. I was like, I gotta have him as part of the team, and that's when I asked you to join, and you was like, yeah, I'm down. And ever since then, you've been a part of the squad, like heavy for
man. It's been fun. It's been really fun. It's been fun, man. I've really it's good. It's just like a you know, you need those creative outlets. You know what I mean? No matter what. So it was definitely a creative outlet for me.
Yeah, so that was a very pivotal moment. That's when I feel like I really started to get into my bag right there when we put our team together. Like it was a very solid group of people we was working with, and that project was super, super fun to do.
So is VG the latest, or is he kind of in the middle as far as
VG was if you go in order, the first person was Switchbit, was the first person that joined. Okay. Then it was Thousand Star. After Thousand Star, I want to say I think you and Katie joined around the same time.
At the same time, or similar.
Yeah, so he was like the third person to join. I had another artist before, who was Katie, who stepped away, but me and her did a couple songs together, and she was part of the group for a while.
Okay,
and then her and VG joined around that third session. Then it was Katetsu after that, and then Zap after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the order. So he was about, like I said, he was about my third album in is when he joined the group.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't believe it's been that long. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years. It's been about 2 years, man. So that was a moment. Matter of fact, at the end, we might go back and play that track just to reminisce. But next up, we got I'm going to be a little biased here. My second favorite track on the album. Couch Co-op featuring Katetsu Tokai. VG, talk about that.
Yeah, man. Katetsu, this is I think I said this in Zap's live stream when we did it. The thing I really like about the clique and just the crew is that we're able to like bounce off ideas and just make the songs better, you know. And I feel like me and Katetsu really like went in the weeds for this one, you know what I mean? Like I sent him the beat, And then I was like, dude, this is the concept I have. Like, I'm thinking about doing like couch co-op. What do you think? And then he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's like, oh, like, let's do it. And I was like, yeah, we're kind of like two guys, you know, like I just wanted like two guys kind of talking to a girl on like online, you know, like we're talking with the same girl. And then like Kotetsu was like expanding it, and he was trying to say like, well, you know, like let's do it. Like originally we were going to try to get like a girl and the bridge part to do it. And then we like bounced like ideas back and forth, and we were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if like you found out that these two guys were kind of talking to the same girl online, but they didn't know, you know, like she was just kind of talking to both of them because it's online anyway. And then I thought like doing couch co-op would be kind of a cool way to do like a, you know, like an R&B song. It's kind of like a gamer way of saying, no, I want you here on the couch playing with me instead of going online. So that was kind of like the way that we were going. Like, Kotetsu, you have anything else? I think that's kind of like was our process, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's so cool because the first song I worked with VG was Bowser Boom Bap, and before we even did that, we sat like an hour just like tossing concepts. Okay, well, how should we do? We should come at it like this, and oh, we should do it this. And yeah, that works. So we like would storyboard it, and then we'd be like, all right, we're gonna write our verses and come back. We did the same thing with this. Like I was on my way home, and he called me. Like, hey, I got this song. I listened to it, and and they were like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and we just storyboard it. And then because we did that kind of like that storyboarding, then we said, okay, we're gonna go back and write it. And then once we came back and write it, and it came together, and it was just like, all right, yeah, this is like perfect. And then yeah, we did that last part at the end where like, hey, we should do it where like the listeners realize that, hey, we're actually talking to the same girl, but you don't realize it till the end of the song. And it came together really good. Yeah,
I definitely needed like a smooth R&B like kind of vibe song on there. So I was like, Kotetsu's got that smooth voice. So I was like, that's like I definitely want him from the beginning, and I think it worked out. So
nice.
Dope. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and play this couch co-op featuring Kotetsu Toka. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Playing games online ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, yearn for your warmth and touch. Couch co-op, girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Smash your joysticks ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, feeding for your smile and touch. Couch co-op.
Before we start, how you doing? I saw your Twitter post and the world's got you stewing, but you here now. It's game night, we're going wild. So just sit back, relax, cause we chillin' for a while. Wait, I hear you smiling, cause you beat me in that last game and I went silent. But I was just enjoying the moment, just like you. You laugh and your trash talk on the other side is kinda cute. Sometimes I think about the days when we leave this digi space and you here chilling at my place. Hear me out. Games is better when I'm playing with you. It's like a link between worlds and I have my player too. So I'ma take a chance. I wanna be your man. No more player codes. Warm nights never cold. I toss my headset back. I got you by my side with my arms wrapped around you, no cabbie. Girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Playing games online ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, yearn for your warmth and touch. Couch co-op, girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Smashing joysticks ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, feed for your smile and touch. Couch co-op.
Hey girl, it's VG Mob 553. Link to Discord, texting when you be free. Yo, it takes two to make things go right. While we playing games, I envision candlelight. Such a delight, voice chat, give me chills. No more debate, girl, like you got skills. On a monster together, slicing dicing as a team. Pinching myself, is this all a dream? Nah, that's just Biggie playing in the back. Farms and Stardew, we cultivated that. Overcooking recipes, definitely fell flat. Oh yeah, you hit me with a blue shell or two, but even that didn't stop me to pursue. Overwatching my noties, when you gonna hit me up? TMNT together, smash beat 'em ups. Wanna take this island off on straight erupt. Girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Playing games online ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, yearn for your warmth and touch. Couch co-op, girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Smash Smashing joysticks ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, fiend for your smile and touch. Couch co-op.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Yo, Tiff, it's VG Mob. You owe me online to play Monster Hunter with your gamer guy tonight. I want to talk about meeting up with you offline as well. Get me back when you can. All love.
Hey, what's up, Tiff? This is KT. I'm on my way home from work. I know we talked about hanging out this Friday, right? Remember, you can't game me, girl. Like,
girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Playing games online ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, yearn for your warmth to touch. Couch co-op.
Girl, I gotta tell you, it's plain to see. Smashing joysticks ain't enough for me. I want couch co-op, feed for your smile and touch. Couch co-op.
That's so smooth,
man. I just gotta say, if you see TJ vibing to the song, then it's already a banger already. If you see him vibing to any song we do, and he's already like vibing, like, yeah, okay, this is going somewhere. He just don't know where, but it's gonna go somewhere.
1,000 Star, you just nailed it. That actually reminded me of the Same Girl song Usher and R. Kelly did back in the day when they did something very similar when they was talking to, they realized that they were both talking to the same girl. Like, that's what I thought about when I heard this song the first time. I was like, okay. That's the cool thing about being at the top of the food chain on MSM is I get to hear all the music before everybody else do. So when I was listening, I've been listening to this album for like a while now. So like we've been working on this for about what's going on here? Check 1 2 1 2. Is my mic okay?
It's going a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. Check 1 2 1 2.
There we go. There
you go. I had to make some adjustments over here real quick.
Nah, perfect.
Cool beans.
Perfect.
So yeah, it was definitely that's definitely one of them songs. I wish I was like, man, if I ever hear a remix pop up, I might have to hop on that.
That's my thing. When you said you listen to all of these albums, I'm like, there's no way you sit back and say, hey, well, let me get a verse or two.
It's very hard. It's very hard. That's probably one of the hardest things to deal with.
I've already claimed the Bayonetta remix. I've already claimed that one.
The coolest, the funniest thing too was like whenever we like, I remember there was a song that I did with Switchman. He was like, How'd I not know you guys were on this? And he listened to it and he was like, man. And I know that he wanted to get on that so bad. And there'd be other tracks I let him listen to. He'd be like, yeah, he's like, I don't care. I'm claiming that remix.
It was even crazier than that though, because what happened, it was Fight All Night. And the crazy thing about it is it was actually a beat that I made that I sent to Switch a long time ago, and he never used it. So then next thing I know, I hear this song that they're playing, and I'm like, why does this sound familiar? I'm like, wait a minute, that's my beat. Like, they made a whole song and I had no idea, and it was on my beat. And I'm like, I couldn't let me on the joint and using my beat.
Told me something.
That actually ended up on Arcade 2.0.
Yeah,
was a song that ended up on 2.0.
That's always a seal of approval though. Once you see TJ, if he's like,
if I want to hop on it, that means that joint fire. Matter of fact, because I'm actually, for those of you who don't know, I've actually been working with Action Jack. And I've been doing some producing for him. And so he'll send me the tracks back and I'll be like, man, I wish I could get on that. Action Jack sending me tracks I wish I could get on. Katetsu, 1,000 Star. Like, all these tracks are going on without me. And I'm just like, ugh. It's so hard.
It goes the same way. It goes the same way because I'll hear some tracks from you and I'm like, wait a minute. I want to get on that because I think I've actually said that. I think it was a song with you and Katetsu. And I was like, "Oh, can I get on a remix, please? Like, I need that
one." I think that's kind of how our whole collaboration started. Because Media Grounds and MSM are like this now. Because like Action Jack is all over this album. He's all over my album. He's gonna be on some future stuff. Like,
I was talking to VG last night, and I was like, I might as well. at this point, I was like, I've thrown the hint or two at TJ's way.
I'm like, hey man, I was like, hey.
Last night I said he's the killer priest of Wu-Tang Clan. I'm like, dude, let's just bring you in, man.
Yeah,
come on.
The door is always open, bro. The door is always open.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, speaking of that, right? Next track is Shoots of Rage, right? I think.
Oh no, actually we got Like a Dragon. We almost there. We almost there. Yeah, okay, cool. Like a Dragon. Let's talk about that. Tell us about Like a Dragon.
Yeah, man. Like a Dragon is like the beat was crazy. It's the same guy who did the Shoots of Rage beat, Don P. It's just like just like that. To me, it was like kind of like a Scott Storch kind of vibe. Who I grew up, I love Scott Storch, like classic. All of his stuff. Like I don't know why, I just love like Start From Scratch with the game. Just like Candy Shop, like all those type of beats, like I just love them. And then I found a beat like that. I was like, oh, I gotta do one like that. And then I played like the Yakuza games like a lot, and I really like they're so weird and off the wall, but they're so good and they're so addicting at the same time that I was like, I got to do a song to kind of like raise awareness about Yakuza. And I'm the VG mobster, so I had to have some sort of gangster, mafia, kind of song on there.
Oh yeah,
like let's do Yakuza because that's perfect for gaming. So I did that, and then we put and then I was like, and then I was also like in that time I was also like really big into like Game of Thrones, so like the whole Yakuza Dragon, Game of Thrones kind of House of the Dragon kind of vibe all just kind of came together, and I was like, oh, this would be a cool track to kind of do like that. So
after you talked about this track last night, and then kind of really pushing people to play Yakuza, right, and how they're these wacky games, like they just have so much in them. I was thinking like this song would have been crazy for like beat switches, like just kind of jumping to different types of beats.
Oh yeah, that's true. That would have been cool. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, going from playing like, okay, I'm fighting the Yakuza, but then at the same time I'm going kart racing, or either I'm doing grocery deliveries in the game. So
because that's how the game is. It's like super wild. Like that, I mean? And then like I also thought about this song when I heard it. I thought about like a lot of Raekwon songs, like when he does it, they're kind of like very short. They're like 220, 230 kind of songs, and they tell like a super tight, cohesive story, and then they're out. But like, it's cool because like when you listen to them, you're like, oh wait, like let me hear that again, because like, it was so it came so fast. So like I think that's why like I kept it like that. But that would have been cool. I actually agree with you on that. That would have been cool to kind of like change up. Hey, remix.
Let's go. But with that being said, let's go ahead and listen to Like a Dragon.
Yep.
Ha! 手加減なしだ。本気で行くぞ。行くぞ。お前らが行くぞ。若いくせに根性。
Dragging it down the back, ready to attack. Clack, 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 competition getting whack. Crime syndicate, Yakuza up. Status between life and death so abrupt. Disrupt any comfort they exhibit. 1 sec, you talking, the next only crickets. Admit it, you scared, shiver at the crew. 1 suit, 2 suits, suddenly swarming you. Japanese gangsters, no little fingers. Experts in violent crimes and itchy triggers. Waterfalls flowing with RP liquor. Mixed up cocktails, bodies getting jiggered. We figured our offer couldn't be refused. Thousands and thousands, the association peak. Kimono get-ups when the Oyabon speaks. Then the Sarakin loan sharks make you leap. Spit fire like a dragon. Claw slash like a dragon. Fly high like a dragon. Your cruises like a dragon. Spit fire like a dragon. Claw slash like a dragon. Fly high like a dragon. Yo, your cruise is like a dragon. Kiramaku, the Far East Godfather. Any disagreements, don't even bother. Souls out of bodies, this crew be robbers. Get slobbered, putting 2 between the eyes. Thick blood and water, rooted family ties. The story of our lives, told through tattoos, conditioned in minds. Perception, shampoo, loyalty, honor, respect, always pursue. Watch pots don't boil, skin surely do. Gamblers, hustlers, peddlers, the bumpers. Go against the code, they turn into thumpers. Freeze, drop blood, the snitch ratted out. The clan so strong, enemies got mouths. Send the message or I'll take them out. 6 feet under, how Yakuza do. Spin fire like a dragon, keep it true. Spin fire like a dragon. Claw slash like a dragon. Fly high like a dragon. Your cruises like a dragon. Spit fire like a dragon. Claw slash like a dragon. Fly high like a dragon. Yo, your cruises like a dragon.
かかってこい行くぞ
When I first heard the song, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? I was like, who is that? And I'm like, wait, is that Ryoma? And then you just went into it. I'm like, oh, he wanted the Yakuza track. I'm like, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. But yeah, so dude, that was just like one of those ones. I was just having fun on it. I had to do like some gangster stuff on it. I was like, I'm the VG monster. I gotta put a gangster track in there, so let's do it. You know what I mean? That'd be like fake if I didn't do that, right? With that name. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. One of my favorite things about VG in general is how he adds stuff to songs, like how he adds these little background elements and stuff, because that's actually something that he's taught me a lot. Like from each of my artists, I've actually learned something very important. Like from Katetsu, he taught me how to be, a little smoother, for the ladies kind of bop, because that's my boy Katetsu. He just smooth like that. Thousand Star, he comes in with that energy, that hype, and he also taught me the ability of like concepting, of like taking a track and like making your verse fit a concept. And with VG, it was those small elements, those little accents, those sound effects, those little things that you add in. And this track actually inspired me to write a track for my album where I did something pretty similar, but I did it based on Castlevania.
Oh, nice.
It's a song on my upcoming album that's going to be called Vampire Killer.
Yeah, like when me and Eric did the Allegory MCs album, Eric was really big on that, like for the Riot track. Remember we sampled like that thing right in the beginning, and Eric was always had that ear, and he was always telling me like, yeah, you should add this accent or like play with the pans, or like he was always kind of like pushing me, producing me like real hard in the beginning, and I really needed that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Eric on that, man. Let me see your vocals good now. Taisha.
You tell me, am I all right now?
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah,
you're good.
All right. So the funny thing about all that like really intricate detail work that John does is, he does it with his vocals too. And when we do tracks together, I don't have the patience for that. He's doubling stuff and throwing in ad libs, and I'm just like, just get my verse, and that's it. Get me out. His verses are always so much thicker layers than mine because of that.
Yeah, and Action Jack, dude, your ad libs are like the best, dude. Like you always make these really cool ad libs. They're not just doubling the words. Like they always have like some sort of like extra accent that like really fits with the word, and it's like super creative. So that I've definitely taken that from you as well.
The crazy thing where I got it from, or where I found the love of it from, was Jim Jones. So Jones used to do it a lot.
Yes,
so
he does.
Even though I'm from Alabama, I was heavy on Dipset. So everyone was like, well, why are you not listening to this group down here? And I'm like, I'm listening to Wayne, but I just listen heavily to Dipset. So Jim Jones used to do it all the time in his songs. So that's where I picked it up, because it sounds good. It's a good filler.
Yeah, it's cool, and it makes it. Yeah, it adds, like Eric was saying before, it adds just like another layer. You know what I'm saying?
It just
so
adds that energy. Like my favorite ad lib from Jack is when he says Jack at the beginning of a verse or something. It's like Jack. I'm like,
it's like it's over. It's like the track is over.
He's about to kill him. He said Jack. It's going in.
And that's my newest.
Like TJ the Game
was just like doing like it was from the Yin Yang Twins, and then like Young and May picked it up or just like and that was what I started off with, and I was like, okay, let me switch it up, and then the Jack was like, okay, yeah, that's perfect.
That's cool.
There, and then like you said, DJ the Gamer, and I was like, okay, fantastic. That was it too.
Funny story. You want to know how that became to be and why I do it?
Oh.
The funny thing is when I originally started YouTube, my channel was called TJ the Gamer. It was the original channel. But then when I came up with the concept of wanting to build a label around it, that's when I changed the channel to Master Sword Music. And for a long time, for some reason, people thought that Master Sword Music was my name. So like, people would refer to me as Master Sword Music. Like, hey, we got Master Sword Music in the building, and they were talking to me. And I'm like, no, my name is TJ the Gamer. Master Sword Music is the label. Right. So I started throwing that at the beginning of every verse, just so people can remember, like, oh, TJ the Gamer. That's my name is TJ, and that's why I said it slow so you could get it. TJ the Gamer.
Method to the madness. There you go.
So that's always the crazy thing about it. Speaking of Action Jack, though, number 6, Streets of Rage.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. And shout out also again, Matt. I think he's still in the chat, but Matthew Funtime. This was kind of like TJ. Remember when we did Street Fighter, and I said like we need a guitar solo at the end of this song. Like we just need it. And James was super busy, and I was like, let me reach out to my boy Matt, who, like Eric, I've been doing musical collaborations and stuff with him since like high school, pretty much. And I was like, let me see if like he would be willing to do it. And not only did he do it, he was like Action Jack. Not only did he do it, he did it in like an hour. It was insane. Like he like shredded, and he gave me not only one version, he gave me 3 different alternate versions. He was like, nice. "Oh, like which one do you like better?" I was like, "Wow, this is incredible." So that's crazy. Shout out to Matt. I see he's still in the chat, but like he was so good on this song, man. And I've gotten so many compliments already. I'm like, man, is that like a real guitar solo? And I'm like, yeah, man, Matthew Funtime, he crushed it.
When you get real instruments in there, it's different. Yeah. It hits different when you get real instruments.
Yeah, and this song, like Jack, I want to hear like Jack's inspiration behind his verse too. But like this song was like chaos. This song was like, like up tempo, crazy, riots, you know what I mean? So I was like, we need a guitar solo to really like just cap this off. And then Matthew came out and like really did a great job. So shout out to Matty.
That was dope.
Mr. Action, tell us about your verse.
So whenever I got this verse, me and the kids were just out and about, just, doing our thing. And VG hit me up. And he was like, hey, I'm thinking about putting you on this song. And he was even telling me last night that Switchbit was the one that recommended. So to my surprise, it was like, okay, I've never worked with VG. I've never worked with Switchbit. And I've only worked with TJ, but I know of both from you. So I'm like, okay, well, awesome. Like, no problem. Like, I have no issue.
Cool. This is great. Like, this is awesome. Man.
I was like, the reason we call ourselves the Master Sword Music Family. Okay.
Because it was just like a reach out. So I mean, like I said, I knew them through you, but I have never spoken to them. So I was like, sure, no problem. I have no issue with that. So when I'm listening to it, and it's very rare. Well, it's not even rare. It's sometimes I can listen to a beat and I have nothing for it. And there's even beats I've made songs for 2 years down the line. But when this beat came on, I was like, perfect. I got something for it already in the car. So at this point, my kids are already like, Dad, is this your song or not? Because we're playing it over and over again, coming from Orlando all the way back to Brandon, which is like an hour and a half drive.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, yep. I'm playing to get my idea, so you already know how I do this. Like, I play it over and over again until you get tired of it. Like, I'm playing it over and over again. So when I finally got an opportunity to record it, and he told me, like, okay, just pick a character, I'm like, oh, instantly, Skate. Like, Skate has
that's dope.
My go-to, because Streets of Rage 2 was my favorite Streets of Rage.
Same.
So it was like, all right, cool. This is easy. And then, like I said, we had done, Astro Skate that weekend as well. Because I've been trying to get my kids into skating, so it was like, all right, this just matches up perfectly, and it was too easy to get in and then really lay it out. And it had been so long since I played Streets of Rage 2, I was like, okay, let me go and try to find some tidbits, because I'm big on double entendres. I'm really big on trying to throw that hidden stuff in there for you to catch. And so I'm going through, and it didn't even I didn't even know, like, okay, the connection to Cherry and everything else as far as Adam is concerned. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is some deeper lore to Skate, other than just being my favorite character. And then bam, I just put it all together, whether it was talking about Adam being in the police force and protecting Cherry and the whole, like, I just went crazy with it. So it was an easy fit. The song came easily, and like I said, I got it back to him as soon as I possibly could, and yeah, the rest was history, man.
It was awesome. And then he also did that with the video too. Like, he got his nice video capture in. It was super clean, and it made the video so much easier to do, like, on my end. So I appreciate that, man. And then Switchbit, shout out to Switchbit. Like,
he couldn't make it today.
Yeah, he couldn't make it today. After the song, I'll play like a quick video that he did, just kind of like giving a shout out. But like, he was kind of like my executive producer on this song. Like, he was kind of like throwing ideas out. He's the one that suggested Jack for the track, like he said. He also, it was so funny because they told you guys, oh, pick whatever character you want, and Rue and Skate are literally my 2 favorite characters in the game. So I was like, this is perfect. Like, and then I was like, okay, because originally it was just me and Switch on the track, but Streets of Rage is a very like multiplayer focused game, and we were like, I think we need like one other person, and I'm so glad we did, because now me and Jack are collaborating all the time, so it's totally worth it. So yeah, that's really it. But I just want people to hear it, and then the video drops next Thursday, which I'm super excited about. I think it just makes the song even better, honestly.
Yep. So. I was actually just about to say that this song actually has a video dropping next Thursday at 9 a.m. at the Master Sword Music channel, so definitely watch out for that when it drops next week. And we're going to go ahead and dive right into this one.
All right.
Yo, it's the streets of rage, a violent stage, the concrete cage, we all scuffle. From the blocks to the docks, ready to go ahead, flare, rock, and sock, yeah. Yo, it's the streets of rage, the violent stage, a concrete cage, we all scuffle. Hit 'em while we got the muscle, break out all the shackles, chains and muzzles. Attention, it's Axel Stone, grand upper on you challenges, fist and bones, picked up and thrown straight out of my throne area. A dragon smash hit to your dome, ain't nothing scary. Fighting all these goons, bare knuckles, punch to the guts, watch your backs buckle. Blood from the lips, human honeysuckle, Mr. X appearing, flex the muscle. Stone in the glass house, summon the police, dragon crushed and the punch, ended with Taganese. The pipe rage, master sage, certified beast, don't mess with my block, million D's a week. Between a stone and a hard place, that's all you got. Pack a Glock, knock and say body rock. I don't think my soul in your face other than me. Ain't enough rage on the creek to clear the streets, yeah. Yo, it's the streets of rage, the violent stage, a concrete cage, we all scuffle. From the blocks to the docks, ready to go ahead, flare, rock, and sock, yeah. Yo, it's the streets of rage, a violent stage, a concrete cage, we all scuffle. Hit 'em while we got the muscle, break out all the shackles, chains and muzzles.
Skating on the scene with a team full of hearthstones in the blazing beams. With consistent dreams to find what I need with these fabulous types of schemes to protect my fam just by any means. Known to be a bona fide hunter with my older bro, giving them bare knuckles anytime they wanna go toe to toe. There's one thing I know, is any syndicate that mess with my circle of intimates will turn me villainous. So let's go finish this. My bro was on the run with the boys that got them birds and cherries, while I'm living my life and protecting my fam with my little shot at cherry. When they see the whole fam, man, the boys is getting scary. So hear me clearly, for mine I will do what I must. Rather escape guitars or fists, you know my power is truly robust. Now you see me skating on these inlines, so don't you step out of line, cause then I end your whole grind, boy.
Yo, it's the streets of rage, the violent stage, a concrete cage, we all scuffle. From the blocks to the docks, ready to go ahead, flare, rock, and sock, yeah. Yo, it's the streets of rage, a violent stage, a concrete cage, we all scuffle. Hit 'em while we got the muscle, break out all the shackles, chains and muzzles.
So call me Rue, walk around and find out when it's just me and you. No man knuckle, I glove up, but I still do what I do. If I got the juice, I tend to you my size 10 shoes. See the beef up on the streets, but I count the turkey meat, cause I rely up on the beat. Listen to the end, hear a wilder than repeat. And when you see my special coming, knock you right about your seat. I go harder than concrete that makes a rage up on the streets. Oops, wrong way, turn around and take a peek. Beat the technique and see you weak and not unique. I make you weak about your knees, I pop your cheek and make you bleed. Matter of fact, dark cab, boy, we see that you peak. You gas yourself up so much, I think you sprung a leak. It's time for me to ignite that flame, proclaim that we are not the same. And thinking that you run the game, but no one knows your name.
sir.
That organ gets me every time at the end. When that organ drops at the end, I'm like, yeah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
That was
because when you told me that was a live guitar, I'm like, it makes sense now. Because I'm like, where did you find that sample?
Oh no. Yeah. And I was telling you, it was crazy with Matt. He sent me 3 different versions too. He was like, "Oh, which one do you like better?" I was like, "This is incredible, dude." So like, he really crushed it. So shout out to Matt, man. That was great.
100%. That was dope, man. That was super dope.
Like, I asked myself that same question. I'm like, where did he find this? It just fit perfect. Like, everything just intricate with the entire beat. But now, like you said, you had someone do that for you. I'm like, yeah,
he was great. So.
You had to, because I mean, even for like when I'm trying to find sounds of DJ scratching, because there's songs I have them like it fits perfect with scratching, and I don't know any DJs, so I'm fooling around with chopping up and trying to make it sound like a DJ scratching, and I was like, he either did that perfectly or he had somebody do it. So yeah, that matches up.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, so shout out to Jack, shout out to Matt, shout out to Switchbit. Guys did great on it. Thank you.
Does he usually flow like that, Switchbit?
No, yeah, that was the thing.
That was a different flow for him for sure.
Yeah, because like that was the thing with Switchbit too. He really liked the beat, but it's definitely like not in his like usual pocket.
Okay.
So it took him like a couple times. He even told me, he's like, "Yeah, I did this verse like 5 times before I sent it to you." Like he just like took it a couple different times, but I'm a fan, so I think he would still did a really good job.
Yeah,
so.
that was different. I mean, and it sounds fantastic. And then the way he did it, and I like the cadence, I like the flow, I liked everything about it, and it seemed like he changed up his voice a little bit for it. Yeah, that was perfect, man.
Yeah, man. So so you know what we'll do, TJ, when we do the mid break, when you're like doing the shout outs and stuff, you know what I mean, like the mid break, well, I'll show the video he did. He just wanted to check in. He couldn't be here tonight, but he wanted to check in. He sent a little quick
you
video.
can go ahead and put that up now because we're at the halfway.
Oh, okay. And then we'll get MC Mayhem finally on his track, which I'm big fan of it. So.
Which is actually my favorite track on the album.
Look at that.
That is my favorite track on the album.
All right, so let's see. I don't know if we can do the video here, but let's see.
Amazing. Sorry that I could not be there, but man, I just want to say that I absolutely loved collaborating with you on this album. I love just the opportunity to kind of see your process and hear it as it was going along, and working with you and Action Jack on Streets of Rage, man. It was awesome. So I think that you've put down like one of the few video game classic albums front to back, straight up. So be proud of that.
Oh.
So yeah, I wanted to share that. It was cool because I know he couldn't be here, but he really wanted to. So shout out to Switchbit, man. He really helped.
Shout out to Switchbit, man.
So that was good. Yeah. But
all right, so we have made it to the halfway point. We are halfway through the album. And so we got a couple, we're gonna do some announcements and we're gonna pay some bills and all that kind of good stuff. So the first thing I gotta say is if you like what you heard here and you want to hear more of it, then you should go to masterswordmusic.com, the one-stop shop for all things Master Sword Music. If you like VG's album, you can get all the links to all his social medias and all his music. You can get it right on the website, as well as all the other artists over on Master Sword Music. So you should go to masterswordmusic.com and check out that website. Get on that email list, because if you get on that email list, you'll get an email from me every single week of what we're doing that week. Because in case y'all didn't know, we drop videos every single Thursday.
I look forward to those emails.
Yeah, every week, man. Every week, you'll know what videos are dropping. You'll know what albums are coming out. You'll know what's available and what streams we doing. Whatever we doing, you'll get an email directly from me every week, letting you know what's going on at Master Sword Music. So you should go to masterswordmusic.com and get on that email list. I also want to give a shout out, because since we're at the end of the year, I want to give a shout out to all my artists. For those of you who may not know, this is the first year where I did not drop any music. It's been a crazy year. This year has been all about the artists on Master Sword Music. Beginning of the year, Katetsu Tokai dropped his project, Tokai and Friends Volume 1. So you should definitely go check that out. If you like them on Couch Co-op, you should definitely go listen to his album, because he has a lot of good bangers on there. VG's on that album as well. I'm there. 1,000 Stars there. So you should definitely go check out that album. Right after him, Zap Crystal dropped her project, Our Love Journey. So you should. We just finished. We just dropped the last video for that like 2 weeks ago. So definitely go check out that album. And then right after that, we came in with VG Mobster and his project, the VG LP. So it's been a crazy. All year has been about you guys. So with that being said, next year, January 10th, I'm dropping my album. I'm returning to the Legend of TJ series. The Legend of TJ, Return of the Hero, will be dropping January 10th. We have features from Action Jack.
The final boss is back.
Yep. We got Action Jack on there. We got VG on there, 1000. Kotetsu, Goddess with a Pen. We got Kotetsu produced half of this album. We got a ton of other features. Action Jack actually creeped on the album twice.
Nice.
I don't know how he managed to do it, but he got on there twice.
Nice.
So my man James Leiter, we was talking about earlier, he actually is on the intro.
Nice.
So I was able to collaborate with him once again. So definitely look forward to that album coming out on January 10th. Mr. Action Jack with the baby in your arms.
Hey man, that's dedication.
Hey, that's daddy work. Luckily, wifey back there taking care of Leon for me.
Baby Leon.
MC Mayhem, do you have any projects or anything you want to plug or anything you want to let people know about?
Nah, nothing live right now, but I've just been cooking in the lab. Got about 8 tracks done on a solo project, and just putting things together when I can. We're doing some work around the house and having a baby real soon. So
congratulations, man.
I just had a baby not too long, like 4 months ago. So I understand.
Congrats to you too. Yeah. So music is happening when it can.
I totally 100%. Luckily, I finished my album before the baby was born, so I'm good. So yeah, I totally get that.
MC Mayhem, call me, man. Call me.
Yeah, hey, everybody here
I got some tracks that I want to write a second verse for, John.
There we go. That's it.
Feel free to shoot some tracks over, man. Everybody here willing to work. So
MC Mayhem, you got some tracks on streaming services I can check out?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm not on social, and I've been. I'm trying to building a YouTube channel, so I'll be able to put everything out.
Nice, yeah.
Well, so be on the lookout for
guys.
Mayhem's YouTube channel when that drops.
When you guys hear him though, like he's legit, dude, and he's like a musical like prodigy as well. So so much respect.
This is my favorite song on the album, and that your verse on that was a lot to do with it. I love the way you tackled that verse, like the way you chopped that up, and like it's crazy. Like I absolutely love that verse. So that's why this is my favorite song on the album. Action Jack, do you have any new projects you want to plug or anything you want to let the people know about?
Yeah. So coming up next Sunday, November 17th, me and VG Mobster are on Mr. Morales. That's my next single that's coming up for what I call Music Ground's new single Sundays. This track, I mean, we've had it for a minute, but it was a matter of like when I made the beat. Originally, I had like 3 or 4 beats that I had for a Miles Morales track, and then this one just kind of stuck out. Did my verse, and VG killed it. And it was like, and I told him, I said his voice fits, like because it just has that grimy, raspy New York tone to it that just fits the New York like atmosphere for this song.
New Jersey, that's our New Jersey boy.
I grew up in New York though, so near suburbs, but still New York suburbs.
Yeah, so East Coaster like me, baby.
So it fit perfect, and that's set to come out. That's set to come out on the 17th, man, and I'm looking forward to everybody hearing it. And like I said, I mean, love to collab with anybody on here because that's always been my big thing. But this has been a way to kind of push me forward. And the only way this song happened was because of TJ. And it was solely because, going that video game route. And I'm like, okay, well, I also do anime and everything else. So why not do these theme songs, which, both the Zap and TJ was on my One Piece track. So it was like, okay, from him trying to go into something different instead of doing like personal tracks or, anything that was like on the braggadocious stuff of what I typically do. This was just a perfect fit, man. So
that's dope.
And it was cool on this track. I'm just gonna like leak a little spoiler. It was cool because he came with the Miles Morales, and I was like, "Yo, let me go with like the villains." So my verse was like, "I'm going with the villains," and then like I put this really cool like segue in, and I was glad Jack kept it. So I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It came out really cool, I think.
Yeah, because he really did the the chorus. Like you put that talking piece for the chorus, and I was like, perfect. I don't have to figure anything out. He did it already.
It was cool. Like it was a cool bridge. It kind of like a chorus bridge, kind of, but it was cool. I think it made sense, like in what it was. So.
Oh yeah, I love having that work already done. Like when Action Jack sent me and Zap that One Piece track, I was like, and then she came up with her verse to do Nami.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna do Nami, so I'm gonna do Sanji. So
perfect.
I was like, "Bear, Nami and Sanji, let's go." So that was really dope track that I definitely enjoy. You should go check that out. Definitely looking forward to checking out that new single because I haven't got to hear this one yet. Yeah. And me and Action Jack got a lot of collaborations coming out pretty soon too. I've done some production work for some stuff that he has, and he's joining me on my album. And we got another future project that I can't even talk about
you realize
yet.
how hard it's been not to say anything about that? I've been dying to say something.
You have no idea, but me Action Jack got a future project coming out that when I finally get the ability to announce it, it's gonna be crazy. So definitely look forward to that. Let's see, anything else? I think that's all of our announcements and everything. Okay, so halfway through, our question was, what is your favorite VG song or feature? And we're gonna start with our outgoing guest. So MC Mayhem, you kick it off.
This is good. I want to hear this one.
No, for me, it's got to be Taking It Back.
Yes. That was great.
Blast to work on. I mean, getting everybody's verses from all over the country and stitching it together, and all the collab work that me and VG did, figuring out how to arrange it, how to cut it up, whose verses leading into whose and how's, and where are we getting all the sound effects and dropping them in and everything. It was a real work orchestrating and all, and it was a really just a good time working on it. I'm really proud of how it came out. So getting to that was like my first experience working on the video game themed content, and
it was cool.
Just
man.
having a good time with it.
That track was super fun. I love that song. I absolutely love that song.
That was fun.
All right, Action Jack, what is your favorite VG Mobster song or feature?
Oh, well, first of all, I have to be biased for the feature aspect of it. The Miles Morales track that I just mentioned.
Yeah, that was good, man.
Definitely biased. I can't wait for everybody to listen to that. But as far as his song is concerned, it's later on in this album, Controllers. Like that, when I tell you that song, when I heard the kick for that beat, and then the way that both of you flowed over that beat, and the fact that I love controllers. Like I am a big controller guy. Like if it's a new type of controller where it's something different, I even own the Steam controller. Like it's I love controllers because it's how you interact with games. And if it's something that feels great, if it adds something as far as creativity is concerned, it's a win for me. But yeah, controllers definitely is my number one song for him.
Yeah, I love that song. And when we get to that song, I finally want to get to talk about my verse, and I can't wait because the way when you do something really cool in the verse and you just want to talk about it. I did this music. It's really cool.
And you hope people catch it too. So you like, did you catch it?
Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
I get Tetsu's album. Remember, I did that. I actually said rewind it because I wanted to make sure people didn't see this. That was cool. I did that.
Listen to that again. Okay, now we're going to go with the MSM members. We're going to start with Mr. 1000 Star. What is your favorite VG Mobster song or feature?
Ooh,
that's tough. Okay, I'll give two answers because I'm breaking the rules. Favorite song she's done, LA Noir. That song's ridiculous.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Favorite feature was
Change the Game remix.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I tried a different flow with that one, so I appreciate that.
That's a good verse. That is a good verse. That is a solid one. I will say that. I like that.
I was like, RIP your voice. The insane verse.
Thank you, man. That was dope. That was fun.
Okay. Very interesting answer so far. All right, Mr. Katetsu Tokai, with your turn.
Well, I mean, I got to be biased. He already said it. LA Noir, because, and this is why, when I first made the beat, all I heard was VG the entire time I was putting that thing together. like because we've worked together and I know what you like as far as games. And your style is very. I always look at your style as like very Wu. We talked about this. We both like Wu-Tang, and that's where a lot of your inspiration comes from. Is just Wu-Tang. And I heard L.A. Noire, and I kept hearing when I put L.A. Noire on the title, I just heard, okay, this is VG. I can't stop hearing it, and I was just like, TJ, should I get VG on here? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he sent me that beat, and I was listening to the beat. I'm like, this beat is fire, and I would love to kill it, but this is VG.
Yeah,
that's one of those that's those hard executive decisions you have to make sometimes. Because he sent me that beat for L.A. Noire, and I was like,
because it was just like a moment. Because we do this, I'll send like beats I've worked on, and I'm like, man, this is a dope beat, but like, I think this is VG. And TJ was like, yo, I want to get on this so bad, but we're just gonna give it to just go send it to VG right now. Go do it, and we're like, all right. He sent it to us and put it together, and it came out that way. It was so dope, so dope.
Thanks, man.
Oh, and our other MSM member, Zap Crystal, she chimed in and she said her favorite VG song is the intro from Arcade 2.0.
Oh, I love that one.
Play Me verse was crazy.
Yeah,
you played me.
Yeah, $70 games. Play me.
It was because of all the Twitter discourse over like the games. I was like, this is crazy. And also watched Goodfellas that day, so I was like, I gotta get that kind of in there. And I was like, this is really cool, like to kind of hammer it in. And I only had 8 bars, so I was like, I gotta make them count, you know.
Yeah, that song is hilarious because when we talk about that intro, everybody always picks on Katetsu because when to give you some background information,
I didn't know.
To give you some background information, Arcade 2.0 is our second group album. We released these arcade albums where we all work together as a group and put that whole album together. Arcade 1, of course, was the original, and Arcade 2 was the new one. And when I was coming up with the idea for the intro, I wanted everybody to be a part of that intro. And I sent the beat out to our group message and told everybody, hey, everybody, do 8 bars, and that's going to be our intro. Everybody drop me 8 bars on it, and we're gonna move out, and that'll be the intro. So everybody's sending me their tracks. Switch sent me his, 1000 VG, Zap, everybody sent me their verse. And then Katetsu sends me his verse.
It's super long.
And it's like 28 bars.
Like 5 years long.
I didn't know.
The funny thing is the verse that's on the song itself is actually shorter.
Wow.
Than the actual full verse. I had to cut it. Like at a certain point, I had to stop it because it was going too long.
I didn't know. I don't know what 8 bars, so I'm just gonna go and I'll let him do whatever he's gonna do with it. Because I have no idea.
Shout out to MC Mayhem for showing me how to actually count bars when we were doing the albums. Because he was like, all right, I gotta show you how to do this. And like ever since then, I like really remember that. So I appreciate that, bro.
It was funny though, because Katetsu was that's when Katetsu had just joined.
First time,
he had just joined, and he
just came on
his first time really doing music and stuff like that. And us as music people, we don't really think about the fact that not everybody understands our language.
Right. Yeah.
So we just assume that everybody knows what a bar is, but that's not the case. So
this
is why
I had to go back and explain it. Like, this is a bar. So like,
so I was like, oh, okay, my bad.
That's cool. No, it was fun. It was funny though. Whatever.
All right, so I guess I am the last person left, and I'm of course I'm going to be biased just like everybody else, but I'm actually going to say my favorite VG Mobster verse is from a song me and him did together called Street Fighter. The original Street Fighter song that we did was so dope. And for some reason, this tends to be a thing again for some reason. But originally, when I wrote Street Fighter, Switchbit was going to be on the track because
Switchbit sub at this point.
Switchbit is a big Street Fighter guy. So as soon as I wrote a song called Street Fighter, I was like, oh, I got a Street Fighter guy, so I'll just go to the Street Fighter guy. But then he couldn't do it he was busy at the time and couldn't do it. So I was like, what do I do when Switchbit can't do it? I call VG. So VG came in, and I love you, Switchbit, but I'm glad I got VG on that track because that verse was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you, man.
As far as favorite songs, I'm actually going to go even further back and going to go to the original Arcade. And
it was
I'm going to say Test Your Mic.
Oh yeah. That's all always the vibe.
Yeah, and TJ was so funny because I was like, bouncing ideas off. I was like, dude, we need like a Mortal Kombat like banger track based off of like the continue screen, because even that music was really cool. And then he just did that beat and Thousand Knows. Like I was like, oh, this is totally me. Like, let's go.
Okay, yeah, we did that. That guy did. I'm like, okay, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
I love that track. It came out so good, honestly.
Yeah. And to give my bias, and since I'm the leader, I can say multiple things. But if I had to be, fully 100% biased, then I'm definitely going to have to say Arcade, the first song that me and you ever did together. And it was just very special. Like working with VG has always been very easy. Like I just send him the track, he does his verse, he sends it back, all chopped up and everything where it's supposed to be. And I'm just like, bro, you make my life so easy when it comes to mixing and mastering. So I'm just like, all right, cool. And when we put this song together, it was literally the last song I wrote for the album. And I was just, I wasn't going to put it on the album because I couldn't get Switch on it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it. But I love that song so much and I really wanted to do it. And VG really, really did his thing on that. And that is the song that made me be like, I need this guy on my team.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you. That was, I really liked how that came out because it was like Street Fighter erotica, but it like totally worked. So that was cool.
It was super, super dope. So speaking of that, real quick before we get back into the album.
About that song.
Before we get back into the album, though, we're gonna go down memory lane for a quick moment. We're gonna play the first song me and VG ever did together, Arcade, the original.
Okay.
We're gonna take a trip down memory lane real quick.
I don't know if MC Mayhem's heard this one, honestly. I don't know if you've heard.
Oh yeah, this is super old.
I think I checked it on the YouTube channel.
Every time.
Can we hear it?
Soul
Can't hear it.
Man.
Oh yeah.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it on my side. Let me see. Yeah.
In the arcade and everything.
Yeah, he shot it in the arcade. Yeah, we're oh wait. You can even play it on Apple Music, DJ, if you want.
He jamming right now. He can't
My
hear
man's so much in the zone, he can't hear it.
TJ just like I don't even need a vocal.
No, I'm cool.
Bro, jamming over there. We're like, we can't hear it.
I think my audio went out for a second.
Bro, my man was vibing, bro.
He was in my zone. I was in my zone, okay? I was in my zone, okay? Y'all leave me alone. I'm in my zone right now.
You only see him doing this. We're all like, we can't hear anything.
When I say I love music, I love music. Okay?
He gone now.
We're like, it's all good though.
My bad.
We're fixing it. You can go on the greatest hits.
I can use it.
There we go.
Now?
Yeah, but it's like muffled.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm out. Let me check something.
Bad up too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the chopped and screwed version.
Oh boy.
Jack, throw it in Alabama, the chopped and screwed version.
That's something I thought about doing too. Doing the chopped and screwed version of a song.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is it coming through now?
Let's see.
Is it still not coming?
Your speaker up.
Weird, because this is the same way I was playing audio earlier. Hold up. Technical. We're gonna stop sharing. We're gonna reshare. We're gonna restart the share, because for some reason this thing want to act up. Apple Music.
We're doing arcade.
Let's share your screen.
Okay, VG. Since this is this is about your album, and I got a question for you. While PJ works on that. What has been your favorite feature since you've been on MSN? What's been your favorite feature and why?
That's a good question.
Okay, yeah. Give me one second. For me, I'd probably say favorite feature. Let's see. They got no good ones. I would say like the arcade one was really good. I just really liked how it came out, and my daughter Sadie loves that song. So I think that was really cool too. That she connected with it as well. So I'd probably like go with that one.
That's always perfect. The kiddos get involved.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Nice.
Actually, got a question too. How'd you come up with your name?
Oh, okay. So the name, it was just wanted to do something like RGG85. I like abbreviated it, and then everything in the chat would always be like RGT. So I was like, what can I do with video games and gangster? VG Mobster. I was like, okay, that kind of works. And now everybody calls VG for short. So it kind of worked. And I'm a graphic designer full time. So to do the logo for that was pretty fun too. It worked all around.
Gotcha. Okay.
TJ, did you want me to share it on my side? So see if that might work. So you can keep your audio set up. Keep your audio set up for the.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, this is the same setup I was using for BG's albums. I'm not sure why it's not playing now. Yeah, go ahead and try to throw it up real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop sharing, so hope you can get this thing up.
Share audio on this tab. Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, that's cleaner audio wise. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, let me know if you guys can hear it too.
Yep. That's perfect.
You hear it? All right.
Here we go.
You guys still see it with big screen?
Yep.
Good job. Perfect. Thanks.
Well done. Well done. Always got a backup in the building.
Go test it on the rescue.
She hit the vocal. Okay.
Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself hanging with you all day. Spending all my money like the days of the arcade. So have it your way, baby, it's okay. Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself hanging with you all day. Spending all my money like the days of the arcade. So have it your way,
This was the beast
baby, it's
songs
okay.
that
Spending every quarter and I don't mind. Like an arcade cabinet, I just wanna make you mine. She's a special kind of lady, so no I can never dog her. Every time she come around, she hop on me like she frog or so. If you let me go and invade your space. And I love the way she dressed, got amazing taste. Gonna be the missus to my Pac-Man. Let's start a revolution, gonna dance. Don't wanna go back and forth, no palm. No, I'm not Marvin Gaye, but we can get it on. Donkey Kong, snatch you up, cause I'm loving what you're doing. I just wanna see you moving, so go put your back into it. Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself hanging with you all day. Spending all my money like the days of the arcade. So have it your way, baby, it's okay. Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself hanging with you all day. Spending all my money like the days of the arcade. So have it your way, baby, it's okay. We're not here in the streets, so there is no need to fight. Got me pushing all your buttons, I'ma do you right. The man that you with now, he's just a pretender. No one can hurt you, I'll be a defender. Just to get a chance with you, I will do all that I can. Not trying to be rude, but my missile's at your command. There's no way I'm gonna let you outrun my love. Cause when it comes to you, there is no one above. I'm about to go deep, like Dig Dug. Wrap my arms around your waist, give you a big hug. I gotta say how I feel, I really don't care. So bring that ass over here into my dragon's lair. Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself.
Now this verse right here, this BG verse that's about to come,
so have it your way,
some respect on it right now.
Okay. Loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself hanging with you all day. Spending all my money like the days of the arcade. So have it your way, baby, it's okay.
Think about the arcade, the sunset ride. When I see this chick, man, yo, she Matrix time. Most guys put her on the afterburner, playing Street Fighter. Son, I had to earn her. I was hunting down a big buck. In my mind, cruising USA, the King Tut, the big butt was the love reciprocal. Had her in my crosshairs and forcing lethal. She was bringing my heart back from the house of the dead, smashing every TV with the shirts so tight red. One night we rode in a crazy taxi, bubbling, bobbling, my words melted like waxy. In a time crisis, had to keep her around. Got the mind motion, saw her head with the crown. yo girl, let's grab a drink at the barcade. Hit the X-Man, homie saying well played.
Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Cause I can see myself hanging with you all day, spending all my money like the days of the arcade. So have it your way, baby, it's okay. Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade.
Me watching my old editing. This is back when I didn't know how to edit.
Like the days of the arcade. So have it your way,
I still
baby,
have
it's
my
okay.
screenshot.
Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade.
So, okay, I got a question for y'all when the song's done. I got a question for y'all.
Your loving takes me back like it's the days of the arcade. Spending all my money like the days of the arcade.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy TJ and thank you.
All right.
Yeah, that was me and VG's first collaboration, and that is the song that got him to be a part of Master Sword Music. Because ever since then, we have been collabing. Like I said, he's done 23 features outside of his album, MSM. So
it's crazy. I didn't even realize it.
That's actually the first song I heard from VG. Was that I remember that was the first song I heard was Arcade that featured VG, and I'm like, oh, this
man to work.
Early.
Nice.
Somebody said they had a question.
Yeah. What is one song that you have ever done that you hold dear to your heart?
Ooh, for me, man. Oh God, so many. You know, there was this one song I did with MC Mayhem on the Allegory MC's album, the Riot track. Was crazy for me because it's actually based off of one of my friends that I grew up with in high school. She actually unfortunately passed away from a late term abortion. And I really wanted to get like those feelings out because it like really hit me hard when it happened. So that song really meant a lot just to like get it out there, you know, like to get it off my chest. So yeah, this song called Riot, and the Allegories MC album. That was tough for me to do, but I needed to do it like just from my mental state. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Dope.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, we're going to dive right back into this project, and we're going to go into track 7, We's on Fire.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear hands on it.
Let's get it. All right, are we getting audio?
No, I'm not hearing you.
That is so weird. I'm literally doing the same thing I was doing before. Katata, I might have to pay you for you. And get you
refresh it? I got you already, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to put it in.
All right, let me over here.
And just go to track 7. I might be having some kind of network issue or something. I'm not sure.
That's fine. While we're doing that, Mayhem, tell me about your verse, man, because this was like when you sent it to me, I was not expecting it at all, but it was so cool. So like, tell me about it because I don't even know like the full story behind it. So I'm actually really excited about this.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna send it back.
No.
Because all right, so like I play some games and I like video games, but I didn't grow up having any systems or anything. And so the only time I ever got to play when I was a kid was going over friends' houses, you know, and it was NES and Super Nintendo and then you know, Sega and stuff in those years. But I didn't have my own video game system until I was working full time, living on my own. When Wii came out, it was my first video game system. So VG tells me he's doing a track and he wants me on it, and I just say yes before I even know what it is because we've been working together, making music together for 25 years.
Yeah, crazy.
So, and then he says NBA Jam, and I'm like, shit, I got nothing to say about this. I don't know what I'm doing. I literally have never won a game of NBA Jam in my life. So I'm like, okay, I got to fill 16 bars with words about this game that I never had. So I get it on an emulator and I'm just like playing NBA Jam just so I can like have something to say. And I don't know how many games I played, dozens, maybe 80, 90 games I played, and I still could not. Anytime I had a lead, it would be like the buzzer beater would kill me by the computer at the end of the game. This was like really driving me nuts. So when you hear my verse, is all that frustration from whatever NBA Jam came out until I wrote that verse is what you hear in my lyrics.
Wow.
So funny. And it was so funny because like I just never expected it to come back. But then again, it was cool because it was like completely contrasted to the first verse. And then I wanted to here 1 second. Here, Sadie, come here. Sadie, come here. I wanted to shout out my daughter Sadie here. She came in before. So hey, say hi, Sadie.
MSM's biggest fan.
Hello.
Yeah. So Sadie actually is on the chorus when he says they say the "We's on fire." Her actual vocal is inside there as well. So I wanted to give a shout out to Sadie. I was
wondering what that was. Now,
yeah.
Now that you say that, I'm like, okay, because I heard something and I was like, what is that? Okay, got you. That's slick. That's very slick.
So she's actually on the chorus when you go, "We on fire." Just stay in the middle so they can see you.
Yeah.
That's good. Go ahead, Katetsu.
Gotcha.
I was on We's on Fire with my dad, and
and what else? Say one more thing, say.
And I'm really glad to be here tonight to enjoy hearing myself and my dad in a song.
She's MSM's biggest fan for sure. Right, thank you, Sid. Appreciate it. So she wanted to give a little shout out there.
That's cool. All right, good to play.
Let's do it.
All right.
And now your allegory.
Everything's good.
Stars at point guard. At shooting guard, MC Mayhem.
Welcome to NBA Jam. We's on fire. It's like boom shakalaka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire. It's like boom shakalaka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire. It's like boom shakalaka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire. Come on. 4 on the clock, raising hell with the rock rings, constant shock. NBA Jam, boom shakalaka. Yo, it's big heads, juice mode, G codes, turbo. Our play on the courts like Dante Zaverno. We on fire, fly higher, hang glider, high wire, burn tire, top squire, rhyming savant. Bowling with the President Clinton and the D-Funk. We back flipping, 6 spinning, foul line dunks. Even from downtown, finger rolls and tough buckets. 2 dunks on a plummet, homie, you gon' duck it. I admit I don't permit, man, we push up and spread, loading infinite bits. With all the fouls I commit, settle for a jumper, man, you gon' get thrown down. Not slamming with authority, you gon' get thrown down. Without a high-rise vertical, you gon' get thrown down. This is NBA Jam, softballs get thrown down. We's on fire. It's like boom shakalaka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire. It's like boom shakalaka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire. It's like boom shakalaka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire.
31 years, I never won a single game. I wonder why J2 ever thought to pull my name. Trying to pile on the embarrassment, I got enough shame. Like no Jordan on Chicago's bench, I know my style is lame. In New York and I'm mashing, shooting when I'm trying to dunk and missing when I'm passing. Change my handle from Mayhem to Mason. All the bricks I'm laying, hey, at least it's a solid foundation. Playing in the basement, nowhere to go, except I'll never rise up. Lying on these boards, goaltending, getting sized up. Let me hear he's on fire one more time. Let me get robbed at the buzzer again, another crime.
what the hell is turbo? I can't figure out the button map and running up and down the court. My arms are like flapping, but I'm looking at the wrong team. My player isn't on screen. How am I supposed to learn the cheat codes in between screens? Dropping loose balls, getting thrown down. Shot clock, John Starks, violates my patience of the shot clock. You were good for nothing else, so we beat the buzzer. Rename the game MC Mayhem Suffers.
We's on fire, we's on fire. It's like boom shaka laka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire, we's on fire. It's like boom shaka laka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire, we's on fire. It's like boom shaka laka, man, till I retire, yo. We's on fire, we's on fire, we's on fire. Come on.
All the cool kids are doing it after all. And you want to be cool, don't you? I mean, come on, don't you?
That's what's up.
Oh, that perspective.
Hey, yo, I'm crying weak right now, bro. I felt that part in my soul.
Everybody goes for like the
positive. You know, say he's on fire all time. I thought you were about to beat up the announcer.
Yeah, that joint.
I said John Starks violates the shot clock and my patience.
Because it's like every time like you hear a track, it's like, oh, positive vibes, like this is my favorite game. This like I'm frustrated. Like I'm tired of this.
No, but that's why I thought it was so good. Like remember Jack, we were talking about yesterday, like, you know, just changing it up and like being like solely different. So it like was perfect, I thought. I was like, no, this is great. I gotta run with it.
Oh man.
Well, dude, me and like Eric was saying, we've been doing music for 25 years, man. So, I told him, I called him up and I was like, Eric, I can't do a music album without you. I just can't do it. So I appreciate you jumping on, man.
So quick question to MC Mayhem. Quick question. So first question, and then there'll be a lead question. So do you write or do you just kind of off the dome when you rap?
No, I write, and it's painstaking because I meticulously over-obsess over every syllable.
I hear you. Okay,
so
now leading into that, I think what you and of course we know rappers like Twister and then even like a friend of ours, Rain, can rap stupid fast. Like I heard that at the end. Mm-hmm. I've tried the longest to write that. I can't. Like I can do it freestyling, but I cannot write to a fast cadence like that. How do you even pull that off?
Yeah, it's funny. That's not something that I'm typically comfortable with, like going in that double time flow. First of all, it's just like so much material to have to come up with. But to like keep it tight and be like systematic with the rhyme schemes and things like that. It's a lot to consider. So like I have to really devote time to and headspace, and then like I just sit there with the beat on over and over and over and again until I don't even know what I'm hearing anymore. But yeah, I really put like I overthink and I overanalyze. But like when I come out with something, at the finished product that I'm happy with like that, it's like I know I'm happy with it because I put in all that up front.
Yeah.
Okay. Dope. Yeah, because I meant that whole verse. Like I said, the topic of like how you approach it. Of I'm tired of it, but then at the same time switching up the flow at the end. I'm just like dun, 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 dun. I was like, okay, that's my favorite. I've tried to do that so much, and I'll sit in this room and get tongue tied. I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going in a different direction.
But also like it also comes from the beat itself, like that track. It like there's some aggression in there. And I had to, just call on that. I had to be inspired from the track itself to go with some of that aggression. And in my flow too, it's like that was like a bit more rah rah than I typically. I kind of embraced it,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it was cool because like whenever me and Eric have done albums, I've always kind of been the one that did the faster stuff. You know what I mean? Like on the albums, and like. When he did that, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, we're kind of like changing it up because Eric would always like a lot of time especially when I was first like doing rapping and stuff, I feel like Eric would always tell me like, you're trying to jam too many syllables like in one thing. Like, so now I always like take that with me and I'm like, yeah, let's just make sure, like it's clean, concise and stuff. But for this one, that was perfect. Like, it's just like the beat, you said the beat just dictated it. So that was cool.
And I think it adds even more to it to where you say you've never touched it. So the fact that you did your research and then came with a hot verse, I think that's perfect. Like, because you're entering into new territory, and the fact that you produced you came with a great verse it just speaks to your talent.
Yeah, 100%. When I heard that verse, I was like, VG, who is this dude? Like, who is that? I need to know who that is because that was crazy.
Come on, TJ, we were on Taking It Back together too, man.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't know that was you at the time because when he sent me the track, it didn't have a name on it. He just sent me it just said We's on Fire. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like that dude from that track. Like, like the way you switched up your flow on that one, I was like, that was unrecognizable. And that's one of the things I really respect about rappers is when they can switch up their normal patterns. Because all rappers have their standard cadence that they use in pretty much every song. But to be able to like distance yourself off and do something different is like really impressive to me. That's another reason I like working with VG and Action Jack, because they always push me to do things that I wouldn't normally do. Like me and VG did a song back on RK2 called Empty the Clip.
Oh yeah.
And when I made that beat, I literally had VG in mind. I was like, this is a VG beat all up and down. I gotta switch up my flow and my cadence to fit that so I can get on it with him. But like it really pushed me to have to do something different. And when I do anything with Action Jack, it's going to be completely different than what I do on my own. So like it always impresses me when a rapper can just like jump on something and just make it work for them. And like, so I was seriously impressed with your verse on that, man.
I also chalk that up to Eric, just like also a producer, just musical guy. You know what I mean? Just understands music in and out. So like he can just, create, like, he composes, he, orchestrates, like he does everything with music. So I feel like that's so cool that he can bring that in.
That's dope.
Something different.
But I think you guys know too, like as gamers, like when the game is coming at you too fast and you're struggling, like I think that was also in there. That was coming out in the verse too. Like, I mean, and it's only NBA Jam, but at the same time, like it was coming at me too fast. I can't keep up, and like I'm feeling that way when I'm trying to express the feeling in the verse too. So
right,
and that scheme was just like being like all rappers always talk about being real and all that kind of stuff, but I think what you did there was really real because you're like, hey, I'm not good at this game, but I'm going to play it anyway, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to do the best I can. Like it don't get no realer than that. Like I'm just going to be honest.
I can't do it on the game. I'm going to do it on the verse, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you was definitely going to the hole on that verse. You was going straight through the middle. With the slam dunk, like that was crazy, man. Mad respect on that verse.
Thanks, y'all. Too kind. Good to be a part of it, man.
Yes.
I said I couldn't do it. I literally, my conscience said you cannot do a musical album without Eric. It's been 25 years. I can't do it. So
100%, man. We definitely appreciate you being a part of this project. With that being said, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it going. The next we got is The Saga.
I'm gonna say peace, everybody. I gotta go serve dinner at my house.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Thanks for coming in.
It's good to meet you.
Thanks.
Take care, everybody.
All right, Mr. VG, tell us about The Saga.
Yeah, like now this one it's crazy because I wanted a so like this when I heard this beat, like sonically it was really cool to me, and I wanted to do something where I was kind of playing with like sonics. More so than like just doing like the story itself. And when I made this verse, the song Hellblade 2, it just came out. So it was really like I was totally playing it. I had the headphones on. I was like totally in the whole world, of that whole thing. And then if you guys have played Hellblade, like the whole point is that she's hearing all these voices in her head. While she's going through the thing, she's dealing with like mental health and and schizophrenia and like all these different kind of things to find her mother, throughout the thing. So I was like, that would be cool to kind of do something like sonically where the person can hear a story, but it's really just between the person and what she's hearing, voices in her head. So I thought like, oh, that's kind of like a cool idea to do that. It's something like I haven't done before. But yeah, so like that was pretty much it. And I loved how, there was like in the intro, like there's all these, I mixed in these kind of sounds like of like kind of creatures in a cave or something. So you kind of like feel like you're, in this isolated cave and, it's kind of like her against herself trying to, accomplish her mission. So that's kind of what it was. I just wanted to try something like that with the album, change it up.
Okay. All right. With that being heard, let's get into it. Let's play the saga.
Here we go.
They need us, they form us, they guide us, decide us, they love us, they mold us, shape us, decide us, they need us, they form us, they guide us, decide us, they love us, they mold us, they shape us, decide us. Warrior by blood, searching endlessly my love through the depths of hell, the shores up above. I find you, restore you, hold you on the dove. The fury speaks to me, hell is gonna be done. You'll never find her. The darkness is too deep. Revenge is blind you. Your body's breaking. Now we lead you properly. Think I hear something. I'm watching, following. Follow light, dispel the darkness, chosen one. The terror has begun. They need us, they form us, they guide us, decide us, they love us, they mold us, they shape us, decide us, they need us, they form us, they guide us, decide us, they love us, they mold us, they shape us, decide us. Hallucinations, mind exaggerations, what I'm seeing and hearing, pitch back isolation. I'll be pushing on, whatever darkness spawns, from dusk until dawn, I'll never be withdrawn. It's a fire giant, attack it, destroy it. Yes, we'll see it through. So much blood, limbs severed proper. Nothing will stop us, be like your mom. A sea of corpses is just ahead. Then the gates of hell, I've been good as dead. You see your lover, she says accept your loss. Hell is gone, the darkness is lost. They need us, they form us, they guide us, decide us, they love us, they mold us, they shape us, decide us, they need us, they form us, they guide us, decide us, they love us, they mold us, they shape us, decide us.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite song of the whole album.
Okay,
This has to be my favorite song of the album now.
Oh, thank you. You know, my other friend who said that too. She was like, she's like, I got like immersed into it.
Yeah, I did too. I love how you did that.
Like when
Yeah.
you came in with your verse and then the whisper, it was like going back and forth. It was pretty dope.
Yeah,
and your beat selection is ridiculous.
Yeah, that
Like-
oh my gosh. That's what I was
Triple
saying,
A,
too.
Triple A beats of this one.
Oh my
Shout out to
gosh.
Triple A beat. But dude, like this beat, like you know what it was that really got me to think about that theme too? It's like how hollow the bass
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
Like if you listen how hollow the bass was, like to me that just pictured like isolation, like a cave, like you're by yourself, you're lonely, you know, like you're in the dark, you know, something like
Yeah.
that. And then I just thought like with the whisper, like Jack was saying, like doing the whisper kind of verse structure and narrative, I thought that would be kind of something to change it up and keep it fresh, you know?
Yeah, because that's what happens in the game. Like I play like the first like couple hours, but that's when you first start off. You hear like her voice, like voices in her head telling her, "Okay, do this. This is what happened. It may have been your fault. No, it was." And she just kind of has that self doubt. And then when listening to that and hearing that part of it where you're doing the whispers, it's just like you're playing off that same situation that happens in Hellblade, and I was just like, yeah, this is probably. And then the beat selection itself was just like it fit so well. Of course, with all the other extra stuff you put into it, it's just like, yeah, this is probably my favorite song out of the whole thing.
That's cool. And like, you know, in the game, it's cool though, because when you're playing it, like the voices in your head, they don't always tell you the right thing.
Right.
Kind of like have to decide, like, oh, should I really listen to this voice or not? Like, kind of like you're in the head of Senua. So I was like, oh, what if I did that with like an audio track? That'd be really cool, you know? So yeah, that was like the whole concept behind it.
That's dope.
Yeah, definitely 100% a dope track. I definitely enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we got number 9, Enter the Zone. Tell us about this one, bro.
Oh man, this is like, to me, growing up in New York, MF Doom was a huge like influence on me. And also recently Czarface, Inspector Deck's project that he did with a couple other producers, and it was very like comic book, you know, kind of like samples, chopped up, kind of those type of beats, but with a lot of like boom bap to it. And I was like, and one of my favorite games I really want to see come back. And I think even Jay last night, right, Action Jay, he said that they think they announced that they're making a new Comic Zone.
Yeah, it is coming back. Yeah.
So I was like,
that's something like that.
This is perfect because I love that game. I remember when it came out for Genesis, it like blew my mind because it's like Sketch Turner literally walking through the comic, and that's the gameplay. And like back then, like it was kind of like cell shading before cell shading, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So it was, and I was like, oh my god, that'd be so cool if they did that nowadays. Like think about Streets of Rage 4's art style with Comic Zone. Like it would be awesome. You know,
that would be dope.
And
I would
like,
love that.
And all that. So like, yeah, I was like, oh, we got to do a song about Comic Zone because it's such a cool beat. And then I found this beat. It was crazy. This is actually a beat from a YouTuber that I found. I actually emailed him and he said I could use the track. Like, he actually gave me permission to use it and stuff. So this was really cool. And I was like, oh my God, I love this beat. It sounds like MF Doom to me. And I was like, oh, I have to do a Comic Zone track because they kind of like fit together, you know?
Nice.
Perfect. Let's rock it out.
All
right.
They step out into an eerie world within a world. And from out of the high darkness comes a strange sound.
Now let's begin the story.
Why don't we do it? Why don't we like this? Got it. Stop stalling.
And then you hear this sound.
Name Sketch Turner, step in the Comic Zone. A page turner, rhyme burner down the bone. Lightning strikes, chose to fight on my mic. Smashing all the aliens, invading Earth. New world empire, for some monsters to flee. You see, General Lisa, I'm the chosen one. Stopping through alien scum without no guns. Bing, bang, crack, wham, zip, zap, wild power. Right now, God stop this world invasion and nuclear weapons, bringing devastation. Scroll side to side, adrenaline's my god. Punch, kicks, and slide, ass kicking I provide. Trying to erase me, access denied. Pursuers through the streets, I'll never subside. Spanning from the leg of Ox to ultra wide. The great divide, Jekyll and Hyde on the ride. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Page turn, round burner, we breaking bones. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Battle enemy horde, strike no accords. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Page turner, round burner, we breaking bones. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Battle enemy horde, strike no accords. Panel by panel, this comic staying lit. Stemming straight from my dreams, the cockpit. Battle drawn enemy swarms, apocalypse. Burning page corners, an incredible trip. Sparring from NYC to the ghost ships. He never dips, roadkill be my sidekick. Battle with recrawlers and pencil creatures. Speech bubbles illustrate trouble and hero features. From the bleachers, victory secure. Kung Fu was done, his temple's down. Elisa freed from the nuke, she won't drown. Clear all the mountains and caves, I won't be crowned. A free-flowing superhero, some have deemed. Stacking up victories, y'all can call me Reed. Episode by episode, orders was mine. Time for this Comic Zone to truly shine. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Page turn, round burner, we breaking bones. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Battle enemy horde, strike no accords. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Page turner, round burner, we breaking bones. Jumping straight out the frames into the zone. Battle enemy horde, strike no accords.
Activating the microbeam.
Oh yeah, that's
like
definitely
ODB on the course.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
yeah, it definitely got that ODB feel to it.
First, I was like, wait a second. I was like, who is that? Oh, that's ODB. I'm like, yeah. I was like,
yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's crazy. Like, especially even on like the upcoming track, like the last track, Dragon Tears. Like, it's so funny. Now that I listen to it, I'm like, oh man, that's like so ghost. Like, it's funny. Like, they're just like embedded in me now. I can't even like escape it, even if I'm trying to. It's crazy.
Wu-Tang forever.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Yeah, but it's just like a fun, upbeat, like crazy, wild, like that's how those MF Doom beats used to be.
Yeah, it made it that too, like the eerie, like dun, 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 dun. I'm like, yeah, because he always puts like this weird like thing somewhere in there, and it's like, yeah, that's him.
And I always loved like the comic samples, and that's what this beat really had, like those obscure, like weird villain samples that you like never find anywhere, like, oh, let's go to the Dragon Lair. Like, it's like, where would you even find them? It's so cool. Like,
that was like super dope.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep on rolling then. Number 10. We got this is actually one of my favorite songs too. Another one that I really enjoy. It's Thumbs Down. I love the concept of this track. So can you break that down a little bit for us?
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to Katetsu. And I was telling Jack this last night on the Winging It pod. Like, it's crazy as MCs or like, artists, like when we kind of like, go back and forth, we're always like, sometimes you just have like excess stuff like that you just like have in the crate, it's like all these beats, like, I just got like 15 beats just kind of like hanging around. Like, let's just kind of like go through them and see if you like any of them, and we'll go from there. And Katetsu, like, he played me this beat at first, and then at the beginning of the combo, I was like, oh, okay, let's go to the next one. But then at the end, I was like, I kept it like stayed in my head, and I couldn't get it out of my head. Like that, that nice like vocal of the girl, like kind of like harmonizing in the back. And I was like, oh my God, this is like so catchy. Like at the end, I was like, I didn't realize it at first, but like, yeah, like I totally need to do something to this. And then I mixed it. Like I kind of thought of the track kind of like a Through the Wire, like Kanye kind of style. That was like the vibe I kind of got from it. And I was like, okay, well, what kind of story can I tell? And I always, to me, like a thing that really gets me mad is when anytime anything bad happens or violently in the country, for some reason, video games always come up as like, oh, that could have been the inspiration. Like, oh, he was playing Grand Theft Auto all the time, or he was playing, like back in the day, it was like Night Trap or like Manhunt, or, like, oh, okay, that's the reason why he did it, and I'm like, and now like in the beginning of the song, I specifically did like a news clip that keeps saying like, there is no correlation between violence and video games. Like I just want to like stop this narrative that like goes dormant for like a year or two, and then something bad happens and it comes back to the forefront. They just pick the most violent game at the time and blame that. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, it was just kind of like, and then just like in general, also, this is another thing I wanted to cram home. I know you guys are on X and Twitter and all that. I always see like people that, or maybe more on Facebook, like people that kind of like slam gamers and say like, oh, gaming is like a waste of time. But then I see you like watching sports for hours and hours and hours, or like binging. Oh, I just binged like the whole season in like one night on Netflix. I'm like, how is that any different? Like, if not worse than like playing games for a while. So like all those kind of like things like that I just don't like agree with and I think are dumb. I was just like, let me just put them all kind of in the track and say like the positives about video games, so that was kind of like the concept I came up with. I don't think Katetsu, right? You didn't think I was gonna go with that direction.
No, because I forgot what we were doing when we were sitting on Discord, but I was like, hey, if you need something, let me know. And you're like, yeah, let's go through. We're going through it. I was like, I have this one. I don't know what to do with it. And then you were like, let me listen to it. And you were like, okay. Then you heard like the vocal sample and you're like, oh, okay. And then you were just like, yeah, just go ahead and send that to me. I didn't know until he sent it back. He was like, hey, I did this to it. I'll let you listen to it. And I listened and I'm just like, we needed something like that. Cause I don't think there's really been any kind of representation like that in music. that about this, and I think this could be like kind of like song to kind of say, hey, you know what? We're not just speaking from our own biased opinion that games will do it. There's studies and stuff. There's actually was a recent thing that came out that said that people who play video games actually works on their motor skills, like problem solving, puzzles, like that. Yeah. That's
social
not
skills.
We're not just sitting here we actually have to work through that, figure that stuff out, and work through it, and then see the end result, and then not only that just boosts our ability to problem solve because we got through solve this thing. So when I heard his concept of it, I was like, yeah, this is perfect, and I was so glad that he did it on that specific on the beat that I gave him. I'm glad to be a part of that. So that was really cool that he came up with that concept.
Yeah, okay, all right, let's hear it.
Video games are also getting part of the blame for the increase in mass shootings.
But experts say there's little evidence to link violent games to violence in the real world. Jillian, you've been looking into this study for us this morning. What did you find out?
Lisa, there's a British study published this year that found no link between the time spent playing violent video games and aggressive behavior. Now, that study is consistent with other recent research showing little, if any, link between violence and video games.
Everywhere I turn, video games are slammed down. For peeps binging Netflix shows until they drown. What a bunch of clowns. Gaming bandits never slack. Pros outweighing cons, steady tipping all the racks. Violence cause of games, yeah, that's thumbs down. Mood swings, feel aggression, homie, that's thumbs down. Catalyst of depression, yeah, that's thumbs down. Academic regression, homie, that's thumbs down. Strictly based on facts, gaming heightens human senses, unlocking potential, always swinging for the fences. Social skills way enhanced, problem solving max, brains to multitask. Gamers shouldn't be harassed, putting puzzles together at incredible rates. It's not debate, gaming coordinates those hands and eyes, stimulating your brain reflexes are amplified, half empty, vilified, we are full personified. Violence cause of games, yeah, that's thumbs down. Mood swings, feel aggression, homie, that's thumbs down. Catalyst of depression, yeah, that's thumbs down. Academic regression, homie, that's thumbs down. Let's run down the list of positive gaming bits. Memories enlarged, precision taking charge, spatial recognition, increasing your cognition, stress reduction, way less friction. Oh, now you listen, this a real mission. Gaming in moderation is proven to benefit more than the daily binging. Over sports fanatics fringing. Yo, I ain't dissing, but y'all ain't got no pot to piss in. Sign a petition. Violence cause of games, yeah, that's thumbs down. Mood swings, feel aggression, homie, that's thumbs down. Catalyst of depression, yeah, that's thumbs down. Academic regression, homie, that's thumbs down.
As some leading psychological organizations in the U.S. say that children should not play violent video games because it may lead to aggressive behavior, there are no findings from recent research that demonstrate a direct connection between people playing violent video games and mass shootings.
Mythbuster, right there. Busted. So.
Yes, sir.
And it was cool to kind of also like, I think me and Jack were talking about this last night too. Like, if you can make like a social commentary too, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's even like another level. You know, so I was like, oh, this is cool that I was able to do like a social commentary as well. That I really believe in. You know, so
yeah, that's crazy. And the funny thing is that I hadn't heard that song when I was working on my album, but I also did something very similar to that.
Oh, cool.
On a song called "Proud to Be a Gamer," where I'm basically you should be proud to be a gamer because gamers are good people, and it's like all that kind of stuff.
Coming out because that's another one. Y'all be making me sit on stuff, man.
Right. It's,
when I
know how long I've been sitting on these tracks, bro.
Oh gosh, I can just a quick thing. Like, I cannot wait for TJ's project because I think that's gonna be like. Oh, like because I was a part of it, so I listened to a lot of it, and I keep telling them, bro, this is gonna be your thing for this year. This is it. Just hearing.
Well, I appreciate you on this
track that me and VG got on there too. The track that me and VG got on there together is fire.
Did you do that? Did you produce that one, TJ, or did Kotetsu?
That was Kotetsu actually. Yep.
That was Kotetsu. Dude, I love that beat, Kotetsu.
Kotetsu did that one. He produced half of my project, so he's been
nice.
It got 20 tracks and he did 10. So
that's awesome.
Jeez.
So yeah, he been lighting it up, man. That was that track was definitely him. Speaking of more tracks, we got track 11.
Oh,
yes, sir.
I tried to get V-Sips on here. He was too busy. He was he had other engagements tonight. But shout out to V-Sips on this verse too.
100%.
I was telling VG, I didn't even know V-Sips rapped. Like, I see him on X all the time when it comes down to just talking on things, video games. But the fact that I saw his name, I told him, I went and searched. I'm like, I don't see anything in his bio.
And I was telling Jack, like when I was first like messing with him, like he released an album on stream and he did like the same thing. He kind of like did a live stream and I listened to the whole thing with him and I was like, dude, this is really good. And he was on Taking It Back as well. The other song we were talking about.
That's how I got familiar with. That's actually how I got familiar with him.
Yeah, wow. And then like he came in and just like flipped it some way I never thought that he would do. But again, like just like MC Mayhem, I was so for it because I'm like, oh, this is cool. It just adds more, it's another color in the palette. You know what I mean? So that was cool. But yeah, and then like Jack was saying, like I feel like all gamers, like we love controllers by default. You know what I mean? Like we have our favorites, we have like our own, like when we think about games, like we see that controller, you associate it with so many different games because you're playing with it for hours and hours and stuff. And then like there's been so many throughout the years, and it's fun to debate between it. I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to do a song where we all kind of like talk about our controller past or ones that we really like and stuff. So I did the Wavebird, and then TJ, I'm sure I wanted you to speak on your verse. I know you wanted to talk about it. So
because this is one of those rare situations when somebody sends me a song and I don't know what to do.
Really?
Yeah, like that rarely ever happens to me where somebody sends me a song and I'm just like, I have no clue what to do. And when he sent it to me originally, I was just like, I don't. I remember at one point I think I told you, just like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull this off or not. And eventually I was like, because I was like, controllers, like, how can I like do that in a way that would fit me? And one day I was just in my car and I had put the track on and I was just listening, and I had just watched a documentary on the history of like controllers and stuff like that not too long ago. And when I started breaking it down, I was like, oh, that would be a good angle to attack like the history of controllers. So in my verse, I'm actually tackling the history of controllers. Like in the beginning, you'll see me saying like 2 buttons and a D-pad. Like that's the basic controller. Yeah. And then you'll hear me add in like, oh, the shoulder buttons, and like, oh yeah, they added shoulder buttons, and then like motion control. And then like I'm kind of like building up like in order of the history of how controllers have evolved over the time. If you listen to each part of the verse, you'd be like, oh, 2 buttons and a D-pad, oh, shoulder pad, oh, motion control, oh, that's that. So like that's how I kind of decided to tackle it. And once I came up with that theme, I was just like, boom, took off running at 100 miles an hour. And I was like, okay. And it's actually, I got to give this to VG. That beat really pushed me to, I think, improve in a lot of ways. And I feel like this is one of my best verses that I've ever written. So like, I'm really, really proud of this verse. And
it's a bold statement because I got a few for you. So,
oh yeah, I ain't done yet. We got plenty more work to do. But I was really. It was one of those verses that when you write it and you look back and I'm like, all right, I'm happy.
Proud of that one. Yeah, I'm proud.
Yeah, when you get really proud of, because we're our hardest critics as rappers and writers. We're our hardest critics. Like I listen to my old stuff and I'm like, man, I could have did that so much better.
Yeah, but why didn't I do it like this?
Yeah, exactly. But when I listened to that verse on this song, I was like, that was it. That was the best I could do in that moment. So I'm 100% satisfied with it. So I was really proud of how I tackled it from like a history standpoint. So that was my scheme in this song.
Nice. And then like Tone Jones at the B in this one, really dope. I mean, now I told last night too, I was like, when I heard this song, is one of my favorite albums is the Fugees' The Score. That's one of my favorite albums of all time, like period, hip hop, whatever. It's like one of my favorites. And How Many Mics is like one of my favorite songs. And this song was just like so much like How Many Mics. I was like, but it was different enough. And also like so much time has passed since How Many Mics. So I feel like it's not like ripping, you know what I mean? Like it's like kind of like paying homage. I feel it's so close.
Definitely. I feel like this song in general
so good,
homage to hip hop. This song is so hip hop that it's like you can't deny the pure hip hoppiness of this song. Like it's Let's do it.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, check this out. What is the favorite video game control you've ever played on?
Easily the Switch Pro, bro.
Switch Pro, that's too decent, man. Go with the Waver, go classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
No. You got to meet it in the middle with the Wii U gamepad.
Love what you did with
Wii U gamepad. Get out of here.
It was wave racing with the Waver, totally absurd. Laser was the keyword, pushing tech forward. Sunshine, Wind Waker, shooting Metroid Prime. Experience together, also sublime. Maybe bourgeoisie, magic roaming freely. Luigi, the eternal darkness gives me heebie-jeebies. Believe me, this Cuba game's straight insanity. Never tripping over lines, playing co-op. Could hop, skip, and jump. A street ball dunk, contour grips, getting all the souls calibered. Double dashing towards opponents. Any challenges, the blasphemous, saying the wave bird ain't elite. Literally change gaming, anything but weak. So say it was the peak of gaming architecture. Sweet like Chianti, seeds Hannibal Lecter. Controller histories dismissed, end of my lecture. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, X, Y, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, up, down, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, L, R, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, left, right, A, B, A, B, A, B.
Shout out to VG, this is your boy TJ. About to hit him with the up, down, left, right, BA. I live in Texas now, but I'm always repping VA. So hand me the mic, I'm about to do it my way. I go all the way back like 2 buttons in a D-pad. Up to the current year, now I'm about to be a dad. So you know I seen it all, like when shoulder buttons changed the game. Or even when the joystick took his claim to fame. My flow is insane, like whatever the virtual boy was. Shigeru of MSM, about to remove the plug, cause everyone copies what Nintendo does. And I'm heavy with the metal, but you slow like a slug. Ooh, did I say that? I guess I did. So true, no matter what, I win. Like music is like Crash Bandicoot, cause it stay on spin.
Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, X, Y, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, up, down, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, L, R, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, left, right, A, B, A, B, A, B.
Up, down, left, right. Bitch ass took the Metal Gear from Kojima, right? Circle 6, or 1, L2, I want triangle, circle, triangle. Catch me riding, spawn a rhino tank. I'm trying to tangle mental to those chosen, cause there can only be one. Been an outcast like a Jedi, help us Obi-Wan. No, I hit the Black Kazuya with the devil keen on. L1, up, down, I start this thunder freeze, you're gone. You be smashing up the buttons like the rumble on. I'm in the cut, messing you up, catch you blindfold on. Gaming through the combat, these controllers got me up so long. Long nights, early morning, beating games, slaying days, smacking lanes in their lane, cruising off, flash these flames, expand the water, got the zap, Nintendo, Donkey Kong, I clock your back no week, man, you approved that princess of mine, I ain't rude, dude, she's mine now, you just a motherfucker, Koopa Clown, bitch.
Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, X, Y, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, up, down, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, L, R, A, B, A, B, A, B. Yo, what controllers have you played in history? Switch many buttons, left, right, A, B, A, B, A, B.
My favorite controller is the Xbox Series X, baby.
My favorite controller is the GameCube Waver controller.
Gots to go Super Nintendo.
My favorite controller is the Xbox.
It's coming with light every time.
I know. I went up to 1,000 because I remember he did that in one of our chats. He was like, "The Xbox, dude." I was like, "Dude, I need you to say this on this track." I was like, "This is the perfect way to end it." Xbox, dude. I laugh every time I hear it. So.
Yeah, every time it gets me every single time. Yo, that track is super dope, man. Like that's what I like to call feel good music. You put that on, you just feel.
That's
good.
like 90s. That's boom bap 90s hip hop. That's my golden age right there. You know.
When I heard V-Sip's verse, I don't know why I got like Outkast vibes when he first kicked it off.
Oh yeah,
when he first kicked it off. I
They're
was
very
like,
eclectic, very eclectic.
Yeah, because I listened like Outkast was like most of my high school years. So I listened to a lot of Outkast. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's like early Outkast, the way he came at it like that.
Yeah,
like early like 90s like Outkast, but it was dope.
I really like how, and then like, you know, shout out to Zap. I tried to get her on a song. She was, you know, doing her thing with the albums, but I was like, at least if I can get her on that, she's part of the album, so I feel better about that. So that was cool.
So speaking of which, as far as like, because Zap is the only member that's not on here, right?
Correct.
Okay, if you could choose, what song would you have her featured on this album that you didn't get a chance to?
I originally wanted her to do the outro of Dragon Tears. I wanted her to do like a falsetto kind of, you know, like ending at the end. That was kind of like my thing, but it just didn't work out. So I did the sample from the game. But yeah, that probably that one, because I feel like she could have added some like layers to it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I finally got her to play some Zelda games, so maybe next time.
yeah. That's cool. She likes that Zelda,
so she didn't really know what to say because she's never played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or most of the other Zelda games. Yeah, she's just played Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Link Between Worlds. And she played a new one, Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
Those are the only Zelda games she's ever played.
Wow. Okay.
So she was just like, I just don't know nothing about Zelda, so I just can't.
No, that's cool. I mean, yeah, it was fine, but like, I just figured, I was just thinking like vocally, yeah, it would have been cool.
Yeah,
to that, but that's all.
But don't worry, Arcade 3 is coming at some point, so we all gonna be working together again.
I tell people all the time, if I could sing, I would not shut up. Like I would have found the way to be somewhere on here harmonizing something. Because that's the one thing. Like I love to rap, but there's nothing like hearing people harmonize and sing because it really just touches you in a way. And I feel hearing TJ and Zap sing, and it's like, damn, I wish I could do that.
I feel like with Zap, it's so cool that she's with TJ because you know, you can do the vocals in person, which I feel like for singing is even more important because you're layering the harmonies and like get it just right. So I feel like that's one system that like back in the day, like actually recording in person, I feel like is more important for like vocalists because they just, you know what I mean? Because you're layering multiple harmonies on top of each other.
Right.
We worked on her project. It definitely made it a lot easier for me because I did most of the production on that one and the mix. I did all the mixing and mastering, and Katetsu did some of the production as well. And being able to work with a singer directly was definitely like,
oh yeah.
Because I mean, everybody always talks about me singing, but I don't even really consider myself a singer. I know music, so I know I can sing a note and I can make it sound good, but I wouldn't necessarily, put myself out there with some of the best vocalists of all time.
Right. You ain't got to do so. You get
she's a way better singer than I'll ever be.
But it's something in the bag you can pull out.
Yeah, it's just something I like to play with and have fun with when I get those opportunities. But it's not something that I would like say I'm a singer. You know what I'm saying? But
Jack's gonna come back with an R&B album next.
I wish you realize like how long I've been playing with auto-tune, just trying to correct my vocals. Like I just want to try to pull something out, and I've played with it a little bit on like certain choruses with my characters and trying to do it that way. But if I could even remotely carry a note, you hear different type of
I might have to get action on the R&B track.
You know what's crazy? I know Snoop Dogg can't sing. Like I know that. 100%. But I really enjoyed the album he did with Pharrell.
Oh yeah.
Really it though. Like I don't know how he pulled that off, but like it was pretty damn good. Like
I'm gonna take my time.
Right, that came out.
That was my song.
Yeah, right.
Magic, man.
Gonna take it slow.
If I can get better at like engineering, then maybe. But at the same time, too, I'm not one to go and spend thousands of dollars on plugins
on that stuff.
I'll go with Logic. Logic gives me the free stuff. I'm cool.
That's one thing as music people we know is that this stuff can get expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Boy,
this stuff can get pricey.
It was the best when we were on that Discord. Like we were on that Discord that night, and you guys were just like on the website looking. Like,
we were looking at beats.
I want that one. I want that one. I want that one.
Yeah, we were looking at beats and we're like, that's like $50, and that's on sale. We're like, I don't know about that one.
I want that pack. Like, no, I'm getting that pack. Like,
we're fighting for the packs.
Like give me that pack.
Oh my god.
Oh,
right, I think we're on the last track though, man.
Yes, we are. We are about to wrap things up. So before we wrap things up, we're going to do one last round of announcements. Like we said, VG Mobsters VGLP is now available on all music streaming platforms. Go to whatever platform of your choice, type in VG Mobster, and you will find the VGLP. So definitely go listen to that and keep rocking out with Master Sword Music. We definitely appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Our audience is one of the best. Matter of fact, I'm going to make an announcement today that I haven't told anybody about, but I was doing some research and I was doing looking over analytics of Master Sword Music as a whole. And I am proud to announce that Master Sword Music as a collective has over 900,000 music streams as of today.
That's what's up.
Right.
Nice. So between all of the artists between me, VG, Thousand Star, Katetsu, and Zap, we all collectively have over 900,000 music streams. Wow. Next year we coming for a milli. I'm telling you that right now.
Milli.
Next year we gonna hit a milli. That's I'm calling it right now. Next year we gonna hit a milli.
That's amazing.
We've been working really hard over the past 3 years, man, and I'm really proud of how far we've come. When I first built this thing called Master Sword Music, where we are now is the dream that I had, where one day I wanted to have all of my artists putting out their own projects. And Katetsu has now put out his project. Zap has put out her project. VG has put out his project. And the next announcement I'm going to make is after the release of my album, Mr. Thousand Star is going to be releasing his project.
All right.
Hey.
That will be the total crew. So that'll be everybody from MSN will have a official project out. We've been working with Thousand Star on a couple of tracks. VG is featured on it. I'm there. Katetsu's there. Zap's there.
Like it's down the nose. I finished my draft of the verse. I was like, dude, I want to share this like tomorrow.
I know, right? That's the problem is that we have to hold on to music for so long.
Yeah,
like I'm very happy to say that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like when I do beats, I'm like, I don't want to show everybody yet because I just want to everybody be surprised about that stuff.
Yeah. We definitely look forward to what we got coming in the future. We got more next week. We're dropping the Streets of Rage video, and basically all of November is going to be VG. It's going to be VG month.
Oh, man.
So every video this month, we're dropping one video from his project. So definitely look out for those as they come, and then we're going to end out the year with some some other videos that we have planned, and then we're going to start fresh in the new year with my album and the new Master Sword Music Volume 6 of remixes.
Nice.
So definitely. Oh, hey, baby boy, what's up?
Oh,
you want to come say hi, Leon? You want to come say hi?
Leon, he's so cute. He's a superstar already, man. He's a superstar. He is so sick and cute, bro. Congratulations again. So
how old is he, TJ?
He's 4 months now.
4 months.
Just turned 4 months.
And then VG gave him a nice little gave him a Zelda bib to protect him when he's eating. So
yeah, unfortunately he's so little he can't use it yet.
Oh, okay, but when he's ready,
so small. Once he gets a little bigger though, we definitely gonna put that Legend of Zelda bib on him. I definitely appreciate it. When I saw that, I was like, that's why VG is my guy. That's why VG is my guy. Because he also sent me the Master Sword music chain that I wear in my videos was also that was will get from all of my group. They all came together and pulled it together, and was able to get me that Master Sword music chain that I wear. So VG is always looking out for the group and looking out for everybody. So we definitely appreciate you, bro, and congratulations on the release of your project, man.
Yes, sir.
Is anything you want to tell the people before we wrap this up?
Nah, man, just the reception has been insane. Thank you guys. So much positivity and great opinions and people, it's crazy. A lot of people are like, that's you? like they're shocked. Like, oh, that's you? And that's good. Like for me, I was like, yeah. They're like, man, that's like such good quality. And that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to put out like something that I was proud of, that I think was high production quality, and and everybody who's featured on MC Mayhem, Action Jack, Matthew Funtime, Katetsu, 1000, everybody just like really added to the project. So thank you guys as well. Really like put the finishing touches on it. So
100%, man. I'm really proud of this project, and I'm
TJ,
happy.
obviously, dude. Without you, like I wouldn't even be doing any of this. So shout out to you.
It's been a pleasure working with you, bro. It has been a pleasure working with you, and I'm glad that you decided to be a part of the Master Sword Music family for real. Because we've done a lot of iconic songs together. Like Arcade is still one of the most streamed song on Spotify. So to this day, that's one of the highest streamed songs is Arcade. So like. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like it's I'm gonna have to share those numbers with y'all someday, because it's pretty dope. It's pretty fun to see how much we've grown in 3 years. Like as a collective, we've done a lot of good work together, and I'm looking forward to our future endeavors as we continue to grow as a team and a collective. And with that being said, we are going to end this. We're going to end this stream by listening to the last album. Thank you, Blue Knight. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. We're going to end this with the last song.
Followers for a long time, so shout out to Blue Knight.
Appreciate you coming through. Dragon Tears, the last song of the VG LP. Let's do it.
Produced by TJ.
Oh yeah. I you know what? I do so much stuff that sometimes I be forgetting. I totally forgot I did the production on this one. Like when I listen to the album again after it released, because when I'm listening to it before release, I'm always listening for like, all right, how can I mix this better? How can I master this better? Right. How can I adjust this and listen? I don't actually get a chance to really, really listen to the music because I'm always critiquing and trying to like get everything right and tweak this and tweak that.
I understand that.
So by the time the album actually came out and I got to the last song, I was like, oh yeah, that was me. That was me. I did that. And I was like, because I was jamming, I was like, man, that's a good beat, man. I like this beat. Who did this?
Yeah, and then I was like, I gotta get a Zelda. I can't do a music project without Zelda, like a video game music project without Zelda. So Tears of the Kingdom has literally became my new favorite game of all time. So I had to give it a shot. I paid 245 hours of it, and I wouldn't take any minute back. It was one of the most incredible experiences ever.
It's such an experience. Yeah. Such an experience.
Yeah, it really is.
So that being said, Dragon Tears.
Let's do it.
Although Ganon is gone for now, there is still so much more for us to do. And so many painful memories that we must bear. I believe in my heart that if all of us work together, we can restore Hyrule to its former glory.
Go from the depths to the surface to the skies. Tears when the dragons fly. The Triforce within us by our side. Tears when the dragons fly. From the depths to the surface to the skies. Tears when the dragons fly. Cleansing out every heart, soul, and mind. Tears when the dragons fly. The aftermath of the calamity, it's straight insanity. The war against Ganon, destroying most of humanity. Hylian soldiers with their champs by their side. Daruk, Urbosa, Mipha, and Revali. Champion Link, slaying many massive tallies. Damage across the surface, blood being spilled. What's it gonna take for us to really rebuild? No other Hylians around for like miles at least. Walk across the kingdom, see more and more deceased. Hyrule Castle damage, tower tops. The field is barren, no more travelers or crops. The ridge got some scavengers roaming across the land. Nomad families, rod soldiers in the sand. It's out of hand how much destruction that we face. During the battle, all our hearts were in the race. The Hyrule I know almost vanished without a trace. Go from the depths to the surface to the skies. Tears when the dragons fly. The The Triforce within us, by our side. Tears when the dragons fly. From the depths to the surface to the skies. Tears when the dragons fly. Cleansing out every heart, soul, and mind. Tears when the dragons fly. All the regions took a beating, plummeted by the war. Going through them was like a misery tour. Ayo, the highlands of Akala, I couldn't even spot you. Elden Canyon was smoking, thoughts provoking, choking. My wounds, big battle remains. The Farron glassland still littered with the flames. Inside Gerudo town, boys back to reclaim. Yo, it's such a shame, all the damage that was caused, especially in Hyrule Forest, that made me pause. My comments tried to slash and burn it to the ground. Even the Koroks had to go underground to be safe and sound from all the monsters, the rage. So much tragedy and despair on display. I'm just a cave from so much anguish and the strife. The Master Sword saved us, many from the knife. A dragon flies overhead, her tears give us life. But from the depths to the surface to the skies. Tears when the dragons fly. The Triforce within us, by our side. Tears when the dragons fly. From the depths to the surface to the skies. Tears when the dragons fly. Cleansing out every heart, soul, and mind. Tears when the dragons fly.
There are stories about the secret stones and a forbidden act called draconification. To swallow a secret stone is to become an immortal dragon, one blessed with eternal life.
Yeah, that's definitely a album ender. Definitely album ender.
Yeah, I was like, that's got to be the last song for sure.
100%. That definitely put the exclamation point on that thing, man.
I don't know where you got the inspiration for the instrumental, but I heard Jay-Z's song Cry.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you were actually 100% on point. Action Jack in that ear. Yeah, 100%. I was actually listening because I was listening to that album. When I was listening to the album not too long ago, and I was vibing out to that song, and I was just making, because I have what I call beat sessions, where I basically just sit down and I just make beats,
Yep.
and then I'll figure out what I'll do with them and where they go at some later point.
Right.
And VG reached out. He was like looking for some beats and stuff, and I was going through my catalog, and when I made that beat originally, I actually the main piano part actually took me a really, really long time because I had to play that one, man. I had to do it manually because I couldn't find like a sample that sounded like that. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just play it myself. So I bought me one of those MIDI keyboards that you can hook up to the computer. So I got me a MIDI keyboard, and then I was able to like play it out and just make it work. And then I found a sample for that. Yeah, there you go. One of those. It looks pretty much exactly like that. And I used that to play out the melody so I could actually make it go with the sample that in the background, which is the like the higher pitch sounds that you hear. That's a sample, but then the lower piano sounds, that's all me.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, it's cool.
When I put that together, I was like, that's pretty dope. And he was looking for a good outro, and I was like, I think this could work. And I say, hey man, I don't know what to do with this beat. If you want it, it's yours. He listened to it. He said he wanted it, and then it came back as Dragon Tears, and I was like,
"Wow,
do your thing, bro."
Yeah,
so that
was like, I had to do a Zelda track, so that was cool. You know what I mean?
And I was happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like shit. I was happy. Zelda's my favorite franchise of all time. So when you did a Zelda song to my beat, I was like, all right, there you go.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So that is the entire album, which is now available on all music streaming platforms. I'm going to say it again. Just go to your favorite music platform of choice. Type in VG Mobster, and you can listen to this entire album on your leisure. So I hope you'll do that. And check out the videos as they release. Like I said, every video this month is going to be a video from his project. Next week, we got Streets of Rage. The week after that, I think it's Thumbs Down, if I remember correctly. And then the last video will be for Controllers.
Correct. Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely check out for those videos in this month. And we're going to be celebrating all month the release of this project as we end the year with the VG Mobster VGLP. I want to thank every one of you guys for coming out. Thank you, panelists, for coming. I appreciate you guys. We definitely got to do this again sometime. Thank you, everybody who has.
When Action Jack puts his collective together, Jack, I will be on your panel and I will go through every song you have with me. So I will.
Hey, look, man.
That's good. That's good.
I tell anybody, don't entice me, because I get in my pocket sometimes and I'm like, just send me something and I'm just ready to go. Because, you know, even my fiance, she's like, well, when you're in your mode, I know to leave you alone. Like when I get home and I come in this closet and I sit down because I have a beat and I'm just out and about and I'm just like beatboxing. And I'm like, I gotta get this laid down because I'll forget it. I'll forget something quick. I come up with all my stuff in the car.
Way, bro. I'm the same way because I write a lot of songs in the car.
Yeah.
So like I'm driving and I'll have the beat on because I drive like an hour to work every day.
Yeah.
During that hour, I'm playing beats and I'm writing.
There you go.
So like, but when I catch a good one and I'm on my way home, I'm like, all right, babe, I love you. Let me get on this real quick. Just put this down real quick and I'll be done. I promise it's not gonna take me. Just give me like 30-40 minutes. I got you.
Yeah, but I definitely say, VG, like you inspired me to want to do another album, because like I told anybody, like what I'm releasing now was supposed to be an album. And initially it was you know, the you know, something that I just didn't have time, you know, with the new house, you know, fiance, new baby,
real life,
and it was a big thing. So I was like, well, I got to get this music out sometimes, because I tell anybody when I start releasing music, it was solely to get it away from me, because I would just keep tinkering and keep touching it to the point where you mess it up. And like even my dad was like, leave it alone, like stop, you know. So I started releasing it, and I wanted to release it as an album. I really did. And even in the midst of switching distributors to where like Ditto Music kind of like TJ hit me up and was like, yo, your stuff's not on Apple Music. And then I had to hit them up like, what happened? Like, why are only albums music? This is it's a lot more. Changed my mind last. Just take all of them, because really it can span out to 2 years if I keep going this route of like doing 2 songs a month. Yeah, we can go 2 years with this, because there's a lot of songs just sitting there, and even some that are like, for example, you mentioned Mortal Kombat. I was initially supposed to have Vito on that track, and it's just sitting there because he was like, I don't have anything for it, and I did my Kung Lao verse, and I'm looking for a Liu Kang verse because it's like Shaolin monk thing.
Okay.
So trust me, there's a lot of songs that got like 1 verse, and I'm like, I don't want to do a second. I want somebody else to do it. So for sure, man.
MSM got your back. So all you got to do is shoot us some tracks, and we got it.
Man, if you give me a folder, you'll see about 15 songs just sitting in there.
I'm gonna have to create a Dropbox folder. I'm gonna send it your way, bro. Let's get some work done. That's my kind of talk right there. MSM will tell you when I'm in working mode, we go full throttle.
Yeah.
That's
especially when we do our sessions. We'll be like, all right, here, I can test what's you got. Okay, mark that one down, mark that one down, mark that one. We did a session where he was working on a song that I sent him, and I was working on a beat while he was working on that song. And once he finished, I'm like, okay, TJ, I think I got something else. He's like, what? Send it to him. He's like, just go ahead. We're gonna extend this session another hour. Just send me that, and we're just gonna sit there and we're gonna work on this one too.
That's what's up, man.
That's how we do, man. Like when we get into that zone, we go until we can't go no more. That's
so. Is anybody in the same area?
Nah, none of us.
Wow.
1,000 Stars and VA. Well, me and 1,000 Star were in the same place until I moved.
Okay.
We are both from VA.
Okay.
But I moved to Texas now. So I'm in Texas. He's in VA. VG's in you're in NJ right now, right?
Jersey, yeah.
Katetsu is in Cali.
Ooh, yeah, you out there. And you're on a different time zone. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know, it's so confusing. Like Katetsu's like, yeah, I'm gonna stream at this time. I'm like, I have to do like the computation in my head. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That actually happened to me earlier because I was hitting up Action to send him the link for the stream, and I was like, yeah, man, be ready at 6. He's like, you mean 5? I'm like, yeah, I forgot you on the East Coast now. I forgot it's East Coast time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, I'm converting.
Oh man!
But thank you, everybody. You are we appreciate you all for coming through and stream. We've been streaming for 3 hours. So we appreciate you guys sticking out and hanging out with us. This stream will be available for watching afterwards. So if you missed something and you want to go back and rewatch it, feel free to go back and do that. It will be up on the channel. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out the stream. Thank you guys. And we will see you next time.